And then the stairs in the middle that you're looking at, Glass, go up to the 3rd level.
Okay. I was like, what the heck?
Oh, so these are the from 1st to 2nd story?
Correct.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense.
And then these are from 2nd story to 3rd story.
Yeah, that makes sense. Although there's also just random ass stairs on the 3rd. I guess there could be a 4th story.
There's not. It's just these don't match up well, especially like you notice in the 1st floor there are no stairs.
Are there also like 2 libraries in this place?
I feel like we're in an episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark with this music.
Well, it's because where we're starting.
We're afraid of the dark.
I'm going to give a quick recap.
I am very afraid of the dark. Are we actually live?
Yes, we are. Hello, everyone.
Hold on. We are live, but I did set it to go live now. I guess we are live.
We are live. I heard myself.
Okay, good.
In the
wanted to make sure.
So hello, everybody. Quick recap. I know it's been a few weeks. I was on vacation, but I am back now, and I'm good to go. Healthy and fit. Woo!
He says in pain.
It was actually fantastic. I got to go to Pompeii and the Colosseum and a bunch of stuff that I've wanted to do for.
Oh, did you fight in it?
Well, I fought security. Does that count?
Okay, I guess. Well, I don't know. Did they watch and?
If you run out and get chased down by security and wrestle with them, you really could have fought in the arena, the Colosseum.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, such a missed opportunity.
Yeah. Oh well.
Not really, because then you get arrested.
No, it's fun. It's a story to tell.
Totally worth it. Yeah.
No, it's not.
So last session, the group met with the brass dragon, who turned out to be protecting Holly, who some of you as players remember, but our viewers don't know yet. They will.
And who were very confused, I might add, in the comment section. Apologies.
Fear not. Holly was one of the characters from our practice games. Before we started the Ardenfell campaign, we had several one-shots and a 4-shot. I don't know, one of those was multiple sessions worth. But they had characters that you will see popping up here and there, like Holly. These sessions will eventually be live, so you will eventually know what's going on. But for the time being, just understand that Holly was a character that Elora played, who was a druid. She is stuck holding a rift from opening even further, a rift into an inky blackness that you're not sure exactly where it goes. But you learn this information, and that the brass dragon is simply there to protect its mother, who is apparently this halfling Holly. You pass the information along to Force Grey, and they said they will get back to you if they need further assistance. And then you guys called it a day, because this had been a really long day. You'd done a lot. So you all went home. Most of you went to sleep. Kai, you're in the common room, I believe, reading.
Yep.
And in the middle of the night, Ty woke up to the sound of scratching, as Dolma had somehow used her fingernails, perhaps, to cut open her finger, and had drawn on the wall in blood, "It's watching us, the window," while she was still sleeping.
I sure didn't realize how many windows there were in this room.
Ty jumped up, looked out the window, didn't see anything, but in the corner of her eye, through the mirror, glanced something, and she turned to the mirror, and she saw a white face with inky black eye wells and a long leathery neck stretching down below the window, staring voidlessly at her. She turned around to face the window and saw nothing, and instantly the memory of the face started slipping from her mind. She, with a feat of willpower, struggled to hold on to the memory long enough to take her knife and carve the word "face" into her arm, at which point, the second she finished, the memory slipped away, and she was left looking at her arm, wondering why she had just done that, and looking up at the wall and seeing Dolma had written, "It's watching us, the window." But nothing was there this time, and that is where we end last session. We're going to start this session right where we left off. Dolma is still sleeping. Ty, you're just looking up wondering what the hell just happened. You still have a bloody dagger in your hand, and the words face, which are now obscured almost beyond reading as the blood is just...
It wouldn't be that much blood, Squee.
No, it's not gushing out, but it's starting to pool and make it hard to read. I mean, you could wipe it off and see it, but at the moment, it's becoming muddled by blood. You're not like...
I
you didn't
don't
hit
think
it.
it's that much blood.
You
I'm
used a
thinking,
dagger
like, cat
to...
scratches.
With a dagger
Like-
in your arm?
Frantically?
I mean, if you just do
Hey,
the point.
This
Tell you what,
sounds like
tell
a
you what.
roll. This
Tell you
sounds
what.
like a
Yeah,
roll
I
to
was
me.
exactly what I was going to say. Roll me a sleight of hand.
Okay. I don't have proficiency in that because I want her to be a bad pickpocket. Oh no.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot of
So,
bad.
as I was saying,
Fair.
I mean, fair enough. You could have done a really good job, but as I was saying, you I don't think I had you lose any hit points to that. I'm not going to. I still consider it superficial, but superficial that's bleeding a bit more than you had intended.
Yeah. Welcome to Ty.
So the ball's in your court, Ty, as Dolma is still soundly sleeping. Dolma, you're sleeping just fine.
One, the more I think about it, the more Ty would be surprised that they would just think like, yes, I carved into my arm. This feels right. But I didn't realize there was 3 windows. Fuck, that changed my plan. I thought there would only be one.
I think I described it as there only being one. So let's just say
Okay.
there's only one.
Okay, is there like an armoire or something in this room?
Yeah, there'd be a desk. Because that's where you found and where it's currently resting Fulma's journal.
I more meant something like a piece of furniture I can move so it's blocking the window.
Yeah, sure. That'd be like a wardrobe type of thing. You'd have to struggle a bit. Roll me a strength check, but you could do it.
Okay. 1 sec.
Sure. It'd
I'm
be an
also making
athletics.
sure when I said armoire, did I say the right thing? Yeah, I meant armoire. But first of all, it's gonna do the smart thing and put like she's gonna try and do this as quietly as possible. So it might be like, I mean, it's a hotel, so I'm guessing there's not gonna be much in there except for a Bible. But she's gonna take like shirts and just kind of put them underneath the feet so it slides a bit better.
Okay, sure. I'll still have you do an athletics check. I'm just gonna make it an easier DC because of the shirts.
Okay. So wait, it's athletics check?
Yeah, athletics because
Okay.
it's not just pure strength; it's technique.
Okay.
Okay.
20.
Yeah. You're able to quietly slide it to where it's covering the window.
Nice.
It blocks out what little moonlight there was.
Good. Can't watch us through the window, wherever the fuck that was. I already checked the journal. Did I?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes, there's no new information.
So she just kind of quietly mumbles like, "Fuck you, Fulma," and just
And
grab.
and to be clear, you have no memory of anything actually being at the
know.
window. So
I know. That's why
Gotcha.
she's blaming Fulma.
yeah, yep.
And it's just gonna kind of like grab maybe like, no, there was a desk, so there would be a chair, and just kind of put
Correct.
the chair beside the bed and just kind of guard Dolma.
Gotcha. Roll me a medicine check, please.
Yes. Oh yeah, I guess I should do that. No. No, you don't.
The cut on her hand seems to be bleeding pretty substantially, but you don't know if that's really bad or not. But it is staining the sheets where her hand's rested now.
Oh yeah, I guess I should also bandage my own arm. Now that I think about it. Crazy party, am I right? No, this is just me. What are you talking about? What's in my inventory? Do I have anything to like bandages? Ball bearings.
I don't know.
I
You have clothes and stuff, but I don't think you
Yeah.
actually have.
I mean, Well, hang on, because I'm like 90% sure that I actually have a health kit and
I don't.
thing. Hang on, why are you not letting me click on the things? Healer's kit, yep. So Dolma has that shit.
Yeah, you'd have to go rifling through her stuff, but I'm sure you would know that she has it.
Yeah.
Oh no.
What?
What
do I find?
Through her shit.
What do I find, Dolma?
Nothing.
Uh-huh. Should I roll something?
A wedding ring.
Oh, I thought that was legit for a second. I'm like, what the fuck?
No, Dolma, is there something that she could find that you don't want her to, that she would roll for?
Not really.
Okay,
well,
then...
You can make it a hydra.
Dolma.
Get an engagement ring. The tiny Fulma. Okay, am I rolling something?
Yeah, just roll an investigation,
Yeah.
I guess.
Oh,
Yep,
so
roll-
I think I have
roll-
proficiency in? Okay.
Yep, roll an
Roll a
investigation check.
snook.
19, Delma.
That is, unless you extremely hid something, she would find whatever.
What did I find, Delma?
Really quick.
I can't hear you.
Yes. Speech is the first thing to go.
I didn't realize Ty was dating the Swedish chef.
Oh god. Yeah, no, so the bracer that Dolma usually wears is in there and you see something shiny under the leather.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Ty has no impulse control. She looks.
Cool.
Cool. What's up, Delma?
Awesome. So, essentially the bracer that she wears is two leather pieces that have been sewn together that laces up along the wrist. And, oh god, when you pull it back, you see that there is a brace that has precious metals inlaid into it, along with the crest of a lion with thorn-covered vines in the mane.
Roll me a knowledge history check, if you would, please, Ty.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask if that would be history.
Yes, it would. Yeah, Dolma, you want to explain? She knows what it is.
It's a noble crest. It's a noble crest
Of a high elf house.
God. Hey, Elora, remember that book I was sending you so many messages about that? I'm like, oh, this is Dolma and Ty.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, you just have to make it more true.
Oh boy.
So you find the crest of a high elf house.
Woo.
I will say that
Too
you
much
don't know.
information.
I will say you don't know enough about high elf culture to know, is this a noble house or just a rich house or a super powerful? You don't know, but you do
You don't know
know
the
this
status.
is definitely exactly. But you do definitely know this is a high elf symbol.
Is this gentry
emblem.
or is this nobility? Like, you don't know
Exactly.
the difference.
You don't know, but you do know where it's from.
Okay. Just gonna put that back and store the information for later. Although, Laura, to be fair, it's her going like, oh, we can use this to drop the charges, maybe. And putting it
Ty then carves the emblem onto her other arm.
Oh, I am so sorry for these streams who hear me cackle every 5 minutes.
You are
Anyways.
able to find the medical
Yeah.
kit. Roll
So,
me.
I needed a 20 for that.
Roll me another medicine check, please.
Okay, gonna fuck it up.
Oh my god.
Dolma, Dulma,
Mm-hmm.
you are brought to consciousness with sharp pain running through your finger, and as your eyes flutter open, Ty is doing a very bad job of trying to she's like straight up just trying to put a bandage on the bleeding finger. No prep work, no nothing, just way too tight.
Look, Ty had 2 hours of sleep.
Oh my god. So as Ty's putting it on, Dulma's just, oh, fuck, what are you doing?
Trying not to wake you up. Finger guns. Finger arrows.
Let me, oh, fuck, what happened? Does this, I guess I'll do a medical check on my own.
Yes, please.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Not that hers is much better.
You're able to see that there is a large jagged gash down the side of your index finger, and that there's blood running down Ty's arm as well. Though in this light you can't tell it's carving, just that there's blood on her arm.
Oh, fuck, did I? Oh, God. Here, let me...
No, you
Let me
don't.
take care of this. I've got it.
You don't need to.
No, she's...
I know she's
like
already
wrapping
doing
up her own finger.
Yeah, I'll let you just continue on with that medicine check to go ahead and bandage yourself up to stop the bleeding.
Awesome.
Do you move on to Ty as well?
Yeah, once she figures out, God, what did you do to yourself?
I don't remember.
Dulma, roll me a perception check.
Okay.
I
I'm
just
not
really-
scared.
You see written on the wall above the headboard of your bed in blood, "It's watching us, the window." And you recognize it as your handwriting.
Your handwriting as you did it in blood with your finger.
Yep.
Pun.
Cool. Awesome, fantastic. This is amazing. Wow, awesome. So Dulma just like looks from the wall to her finger to Ty's arm, and then just looks up at Ty and goes, "What the fuck is happening?"
I tried to set a trap-ish to try and get some information from Foma, and because maybe, I don't know, maybe he did exist, and this way there'd be like some way to communicate to him. And then I like was trying to stay up so I could see if I could see something, and then I fell asleep. Then I woke up and there was writing on the wall, and wait, no, scratch out the wake up part. Then I fell asleep, and then next thing I know, I'm standing in the middle of the room, and there's that on the wall, and I've carved into my arm.
Also, Ty, I'm going to let you know, subconsciously it feels like you meant to do it, or that was the right thing to do. Something about, like, you don't look at your arm and go, "What the hell?" You look at your arm and go, "Yeah, okay. Yeah, but why?"
I mean, even if the memory wasn't erased, that probably would have been Ty's reaction.
Right.
I
Ty's
meant
like,
to do this.
I probably meant to do this. This seems like something I would do sober.
It's fine. So yeah, and that once she says that, Dulma's quiet for a little bit, and then finally she sighs and kind of runs her unbloodied hand over her face and presses her knuckle against her mouth. And then finally, she's going to get out of bed, and she's going to go over to her bag and squee.
Mm-hmm.
Dulma keeps a journal.
Yes, she does.
Put it on
However,
the table.
I'll just
Nope.
let you know now, with the armoire covering the window, you're going to need some source of light before you can read it.
Does minor illusion? I don't think minor illusion makes any light.
No,
I mean,
you need
Ty
dancing
can
lights
just-
or light or a
I mean,
lamp.
we're pretty awake now. Ty can just go over and start the fire in the fireplace.
Yep, that would work too.
Yep, cool, awesome. So yeah, she's going to rummage through her shit, and pull out her journal. And
I did not have time to alter it, but I will let you know that in your journal, you have several, in fact, maybe a plethora of mentions of Fulma, who apparently, according to the way you speak in the journal, you were quite close to. And you write in your journal all the way up until day before yesterday would be your latest entry, and you mention Fulma healing the strange little dressed halfling that helped in the fight. And that's pretty much the last mention.
awesome. So yeah, she reads over this, and once she gets to that point, by the time she gets to that point, she's just shaking.
Roll me a wisdom check, please, Dolma.
Sure, I can do that.
Don't worry, you don't have Ty.
Huh.
Maybe you do have Ty.
It feels odd. You read over this and it feels familiar, and you feel like there's something that you can't remember, something very, very important that you need to remember, but it's just not there. But all you can tell is that deep down inside, you feel anguish. Mortifying anguish. Very suppressed.
Okay. Yeah, so she's just shaking and confused, and she reads over it, and finally she just throws it against the wall. Just what the fuck is happening, Ty? I don't. How could I forget that I have a brother?
So you think he is real?
I don't. He's in my journal. This is my handwriting. How I.
Could... Yeah, I guess. Something was watching us through the window, I think, going off your message. What if it was a warning? Because I also had face carved into my arm. I had to put it there for a reason.
She's quiet for a bit, and then what time is it at this point? Like,
I think it's like in the middle of the night.
It's like 1 a.m.
oh, cool, awesome. Fucking Christ. Someone's trying to decide if she's gonna wake everyone up about this. Oh boy. Nope, she's gonna wait until the morning. So yeah, she's going to try and collect herself and say, I guess I'm going to be asking for help. Morning.
Good. If you did and I was. We can't do this alone. It's been what, 2-3 nights now of this shit. Like, we have no new answers. We need fucking help.
I know. She sighs and holds her hand out to Ty.
Okay.
She, come here kind of motion.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'm like, for what purpose? There's multiple reasons she could be doing
and
this.
slaps her.
She pulls her over into a hug. Shut the fuck up, right? Into a hug. And just sighs.
I need both of you to roll me a perception check, please. As you as well, Kai.
Well, I wasn't prepared. Let me just take a look. Yeah, I'm in the closet. I'm in the armoire, actually.
No.
I'm kidding.
She's downstairs, but she's also not asleep.
Oh my god, I thought she was. I'm like, how did I move this while Kai was in there?
She's really into her book.
Yeah, she is. Tyburn.
Yeah.
Volma,
Yeah.
the room goes quiet, as if music stopped that you couldn't hear.
Motherfuckers. Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust.
So would it be like an intelligence thing to like connect that this has something to do with the disappearance? Because it just, or
With what
I don't know if
With Fulmas.
Squeak.
with my brother.
I can just hear the shit-eating grin.
I know, because we're all thinking about Spirit's dad as well.
Mhm.
But
Who? Kidding.
Let me say this.
Hmm.
Before you really have a chance to think about it, a piercing, high-pitched scream from the streets enters the tavern. It is loud enough to wake up everyone.
Awesome.
What? So, really quick, you said it was like midnight, right?
1 a.m., yeah.
Orit doesn't go to sleep until like 2 a.m. because he only needs 4 hours of rest.
Oh, so...
And I said that he was on the roof last session. Does he see anything?
Roll me a perception check with disadvantage because it's dim out there.
Dark
Well,
vision
he
doesn't
has
come into
dark
focus.
vision.
Yeah.
But dark vision only gives you low light abilities. So if you're in complete darkness, you're still rolling at disadvantage.
oh yeah, that's not as much light pollution because medieval.
No, but you do
Right.
hear. But you do hear the screaming better than anyone else, and it's the screaming of spirit.
Ah, dang it!
Oh,
Baby girl, no.
We must protect this house.
The rest of you, I'm not even going to make you roll to get up. It's the scream is desperation and high pitched.
Cool. So, Dolma fucking gets up and starts bolting out of the room.
I feel like we're going different directions where you're going outside where Ty's going to a window in another room.
Kai would like to jump out the window in honor of Arthur.
What?
He's on the first floor. It's fine.
Oh, okay, that is fine.
Gotcha. What about the rest of you?
I guess Arthur is gonna wake up. He was probably asleep. I don't know which room he would be in. Probably the 3rd floor. But
Makes
he
sense.
would groggily try and get up and shake himself awake.
Okay.
Use spider climb to climb back down, because unfortunately, probably not very good at parkour, and it would probably best be safe.
Oh yeah.
Gotta have Finn teach ya.
Gotta find Finn first.
By the way, Orit, My apologies. Nighttime would be considered dim light, not complete darkness, so you wouldn't have the disadvantage. However, still the you can tell it would have been a 9 plus 4, so it would have been a 13, which is enough to a little bit better. You can tell exactly where it's coming from. It's coming down the alley, about 2 buildings over, so you won't be able to see it, but you can. Here, let me pull up Averton for you. Let me pull up Averton for you all. So my apologies. I need to remember that nighttime is not absolute darkness, right? Unless it's like super thick clouds or something.
Mhm.
So dark vision is like bright light in dim light. It's only in complete darkness where you would have disadvantage.
It's like a cat.
Yeah,
Um,
like caves. Caves would be dark.
Yeah.
Right. So so the mundane inn is here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
What you heard is like right there. So you can't see it from where you are, but you can definitely hear where it came from.
Bolting in that direction.
Got you. So
No fear.
so is Kai.
I guess if she sees Orit, she'll be like, "Where did you hear it from?"
Ori,
It's
roll
already rolling.
me an acrobatics check, please. You as well, Kai, since you're jumping out a window.
Okay.
I thought I said I was spider climbing down.
Did you cast the spell and then spider climb down? Oh, well then don't worry about it. Just keep doing what you're doing.
I don't want it to be like a high panic situation and him just fall
Break your neck.
Listen,
Kai, you're fine.
listen.
You make it through the window.
My job recently went through this training where it made a really big deal, especially during the holiday season, to when you're going downstairs, hold the railings. So I think Orit should do this.
That would have been so hilarious. Like everyone runs outside and just sees Orit with like a twisted back. What happened?
Oh, clearly that was the
Foaming
story
at
we
the
heard.
mouth.
Right. So you cast the spell, you run down. Kai, you see Orit running in a very specific direction.
Yeah, Kai would then just follow after him.
Ty, at the window, you see Kai and Orit running down the street, being swallowed by the darkness.
Oh, I'm glad one of us saw it. Okay. Now I'm going downstairs.
Gotcha. Arthur, you're shaking yourself awake. What about you, Achu?
I'm doing about the same, but I'm listening to all commotion. I'm assuming I'm hearing the shuffling of people.
You saw Orit pass by your window.
Yes.
Kidding.
He walked
Spider
on
climbing,
it for
yeah.
a little bit. Very loudly.
Yes, indeed.
She would change into some actual gear. She has actually not been in armor this entire time, and she's finally going to do that.
What kind of armor?
It's leather.
All right. I believe. Give me a second here. I believe that takes a fair amount of time, but let me look it up here.
Just like my mom. We're
I
running
think
late.
they
Hang
said-
on, I gotta put on my leather armor.
I think they said with like if you had help, you could also cut down on the time.
Correct. So for light armor, it takes you a minute. So it would take you a minute to get into it. Just for reference, everyone, medium armor is 5 minutes and heavy armor is 10 minutes. So it would take a shoe a minute to get the armor on.
I'm
How
glad
ab-
a shoe has enough foresight that the rest of us don't have.
So while that minute is taking place, Ty, Dolma, and Arthur, what are you guys doing?
Arthur is heading down, covered in blankets.
Aww.
Gotcha.
Oh, sleepy boy.
Dolma and Ty, what about you?
Going downstairs?
Dolma grabs her rapier and she's fucking bolting out the door.
Oh shit, right, shovel. So Ty probably saw
Gotcha.
Dolma with her rapier and went, oh wait, shovel, and then went grabbed it.
Gotcha. And then you guys run out of the inn. Arthur, you see Dolma and Ty like run past you.
I would probably wait downstairs to make sure everyone knew where Orit and Kai went.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
All right. We'll speed things along a little bit. You guys are clearly headed that direction. A shoe, you'll be a little bit behind everyone.
Arthur waits for a shoe.
Gotcha. All right, then. We'll go to Orit and Kai. You guys dash through the streets, and the screams turn into frantic, "Help! Help!" As you get there, you see the scene before you, and you're starting to hear murmuring and stirring, because obviously other houses are hearing this as well.
Mm-hmm.
And as you arrive, the scene brightens up just a little bit as the clouds kind of shift and a little bit of moonlight comes down. And you see Spirit holding someone's head in her lap as a small body lays motionless on the ground next to her. As you get closer, she looks at you. "Help him!" And you see a halfling dressed up the same way in that same little podunk costume that you saw when he helped you with the dogs. The Crimson Tiger lays there, except it looks like he's been bitten by something very large, and he's almost been torn in half.
Ooh.
His lower torso is twisted in an odd way, as if it tried to be ripped off. It's still connected, but he's in very, very bad shape. As in, you don't even need to be able to check. He will be dead very quickly if nothing happens to help him.
Cure wounds, please. You cure wounds.
Does Kai know if Orit has any kind of healing power?
Oh, he always is packing healing.
Cool. So Kai will look over to Orit and kind of run over by Spirit.
He will rush over.
As you both do, I'd like both of you to roll me a knowledge nature check, please. Or medicine, whichever's better.
For some reason, I thought you were going to be like, now I want you both to roll initiative.
No. Not right now.
You're fighting the death.
Medicine or nature, whichever is better for you.
They're both the same.
Both the same.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Let's go with medicine for fun.
I'll do nature.
Okay.
Oh,
you can both see, nice, both of you. You can both see the wounds are not, they don't look like the wounds of sharp teeth. They're not sharp cuts like a dagger or incisors. It looks more like flat grinding teeth, like something bit onto him and tried to drag him away.
Kai is going to try and burn that image into her memory.
Noted.
Okay.
Right now, healing time.
Gotcha.
But sorry, I haven't done healing in so long. I think it's this button. Not in character. That's one, and then I do one more.
Okay. With that, you put your hands upon him, and Kai, you have to kind of help position his body back. It's not a very pleasant task, but Kai, or you would have had the foresight to know, like, if you healed him the way he was, things would not have healed correctly. So you have to kind of twist his body back around with Kai's help, and then you cast healing, and you close up the majority of the wounds and save his life, certainly. But he's lost so much blood that he's unconscious but stable.
Out of curiosity, with sorcery points, can I just expel one of them to cast Cure Wounds again?
Yes, as a level 1 spell, yes.
Now, take away one of those meta magic sorcery points, whatever the flip they were called. We'll do another one.
Okay.
Just to be double certain.
All right. That heals up the rest of the wounds. And with that, it not only heals up the rest of the wounds, but it also magically repairs most of the loss of blood and gets him, basically that gets him back up to full.
Nice.
And his eyes flutter open, and Spirit starts going, "Oh, thank God! Thank God! Oh, thank God! Oh, thank God!"
We should get out of the streets.
What happened?
We should move. Kai looks around to all the people gathering.
Yeah, there are starting to be people who are opening, lights are going on in windows and doors are starting to unlock. No one's made it outside yet, but soon.
Orit, will you get him inside? I will handle this.
Yep. On it.
So
pick him up.
And as you're picking him up, this is about the time Dolma and Ty arrive.
Ooh, late on the scene.
Mm-hmm.
He looks at them and is about to walk past us, going back to the inn.
Why? What happened?
Talk later.
Talk now.
We need to get inside.
Wouldn't the store be closer?
I don't trust any place right now.
You trust the inn? I don't trust the inn.
Alright, are you stopping or are you continuing to walk?
I was going to say, if you're stopping...
He's still walking.
Okay, good. I was going to say, Kai's going to yell at you if you're standing there just talking.
No.
Kai, you notice next to your feet where the Crimson Tiger was, the black handkerchief with the eye holes cut into it has fallen off. And Oreed is just carrying Tally.
Oh my gosh, he was Batman all along.
Oh shit.
Dun dun dun.
All right.
I fooled you all.
Is everyone heading back to the inn then?
Nope.
Okay. Well, are you gonna interrupt? Are you being like, what is going on? Like, what's your situation?
Dolma at least wants to look around and see what the fuck is going on.
That's fine.
Wants to look at she's not going to stop you guys from taking an injured person inside after you guys refuse, but she's also not going to leave the scene because she wants to at least get a look around before people destroy it.
Yeah,
Sure.
Kai, that's exactly... Okay, good. We're on the same page. So Kai's gonna point to you guys, or at least point to one at you at a time, and send a message that says, I'm trying to clear the scene so there's not people walking around. Keep cool. And then she'll look down and put a hand on Spirit's shoulder and kind of give it a gentle squeeze. And she'll whisper to her, just work with me. And then she'll stand up and with a relatively loud voice go, Spirit, you can't do this every time you see a spider out here.
Oh my god.
Spirit, who was in the process of picking up the handkerchief, looks a little surprised and shocked and then goes, hang on as I roll something. Oh, I'm sorry, but it was really big.
I know, but it is late and people are trying to sleep. I mean, look at these good people. Oh, we are so sorry. Please go rest your heads. Nothing to see here.
But it was really big.
I know, Spirit, but it is time to rest now. Not time to be afraid of spiders.
Roll me a persuasion check with advantage.
All right. Persuasion.
You can do it.
Yeah.
Go, Kai.
with no bonuses.
Yeah.
Still, with the help of Spirit, people start grumbling about staying quiet and false alarms, and people start heading back into their homes. And you hear one or two, shut up!
Kai will give apologetic looks to the people as they go back inside, and then look to Spirit, and then just say, one moment. And then she'll look to oh my god, I'm blanking on people's names.
Rhymes with Kai.
Yeah, I know, right? It should be easy. And she'll look to them and say, do you wish to take a look around here?
Yes.
Good. I will take our friend Spirit back to the inn and we can figure out what is going on. Why don't you take a look and make sure there's no danger? She kind of grabs Spirit's shoulders and looks in in the alleyway to make sure there's no danger.
Oh, I thought we were covering her ears, don't let the child hear.
No, more just oh, maybe Spirit and I should actually go right now instead of sitting out here telling you my plan. So if they don't stop her, Kai will kind of usher Spirit and say, come, let's go check on your friend.
Okay.
And then they will be off.
Mm-hmm. She kind of lets you kind of take her off, still kind of shocked.
She will be gentle then.
All right, Dolma and Ty, roll me a survival check.
Survival or investigation?
It would be.
I'll take survival.
You know what? Your choice. It'll yield different things.
I'll do investigation.
Thank God.
Go Tyburn!
Woo!
Yeah, I should have a 0 on survival.
All right. Dolma,
Mhm.
you try and look at the ground for tracks or something of the kind that might denote what kind of creature or thing attacked, but the streets, even though they are dirt, you don't see anything that immediately catches your eye. Certainly not in the dim light of nighttime.
She's not a hunter.
No, but you give it a try.
Yeah.
Ty, you look at the ground and what you see is a pool of blood, and only one. So it's very clear that all the blood on the ground is Tally's. I know you're all still so shocked.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Like, plot twist, like, add that to a top 10 list right here, right now.
Top 10 anime betrayals.
But the interesting thing to note is that, kind of like with Dolma, you don't see tracks of any kind, and there should be. Whatever left this amount of blood must have been very big. I mean, at least the size of a person, maybe bigger. And there's nothing to indicate tracks of any kind. As if this whatever attacked it maybe could fly or float or covered up its tracks when it retreated.
Awesome.
I'm like quickly going through shit, being like, is there anything I have? I don't think so.
I can tell you one more thing. In your investigation, looking at the pattern, the splatter of the blood, there are several different types of blood splatters and patterns, right? And
Yeah.
someone who is cut many times or injured many times will look different than someone who got injured severely once. Does that make sense? The blood it lands differently. It's very clear to you that whatever did this to Tally, it was one attack, one bite, one slash, whatever it was.
One face.
Who could say?
Oh boy.
That's a pretty large leap in logic. Show me one face that has a mouth on it.
Well, here you go. Unravel's face.
But that is what you find.
Ty
Wow.
is gonna.
Okay.
Sorry, Ty's just gonna look at Dolma and go, Do you think this is somehow connected, or is this something else? Is this that? This isn't the dragon. That would be very unfortunate. I really hope it's not the dragon, so I'm gonna pretend it's not. But like, there's so much going on right here in this like one block. I don't think block's a term we use in the medieval era. This one area.
Dolma's quiet for a little bit, and she's looking down at the ground. She's not a fucking tracker. She doesn't know this shit, and so she just gets frustrated and finally straightens up. She puts her rapier away and just turns to Ty. I don't know, but at this point we can't take the chance. So I guess we're having that conversation tonight.
Okay. So back to the inn.
She nods after a moment, kind of bracing herself against the inevitable.
Okay.
All right, you guys start heading back and skipping back to the inn. Ashu, you get down the stairs, you get with Arthur, and you guys are leaving the inn to start following them, and you start seeing Orit headed back, carrying something in her arms. In the dark light, it's hard to tell.
His arms.
His arms.
Very
Yes.
masculine.
My apologies.
I meant that.
Oh, thank you.
No problem.
Do you go to her? What do you guys do?
Him.
Yes. My apologies again.
See, I only did it the first time because I just wanted to be, I don't know, a little imp or something.
No,
Be the dick.
no. To make it even funnier, my thought process was right. Gotta remember, and Piff plays a girl, and that's why I said her, because I just said that mentally. And I gotta remember, Piff is a shoe. That's a she. So do you go to her? So it's even worse.
That's great.
One day,
Free logic.
one day
I
I'll
won't
get
bring
this
it
done.
up again.
I will.
No, please, by all means.
I'll happily do it.
Shu and Arthur, do you go to him?
Arthur will see this, stop, and wait inside where it's warm.
Gotcha. A shoe?
He's very tired, guy.
Hmm.
Piffy muted.
Duh.
Ah.
She was holding her breath.
Okay, I'm sorry, I lost my place. Where are we?
Do you go to Orit?
I go to Orit. Yes.
Orit is coming towards you carrying something. It's hard to tell at night.
I mean, I guess so.
Arthur goes back inside the inn. So you go to Orit and you find that he's carrying Tally, who it's very clear he's dressed like the Crimson Tiger, but he's missing his mask. He's currently conscious, but very dazed and very lightheaded, not sure. He's here, but he's not all there.
Well, her serious demeanor doesn't change entirely too much. She does seem a lot more focused. She silently walks beside Arid carrying this halfling, I believe.
Mm-hmm. All right, hang on a second. That's a little too ominous. There's
I was
no
gonna say, shit just got real.
So give me a second. Keep going.
And
Ishio.
then Tally unhinges his jaw, and it turns out he is the one that has the many teeth.
Face.
He is the face.
Sorry. There we go. That'll be better.
He is the face of a generation.
It's beautiful.
Look at him, so pale because of loss of blood.
All right. Ignore the raining sound. So do you guys get him inside?
Mm-hmm.
You take him inside the inn, and I assume someone would light a fire or something, right? You're not just going to do this in the dark. Well, actually, the downstairs would still have had firelight because Kai was reading.
Yeah, she's
So-
really comfortable, actually.
Yeah. So you get him inside the inn. And then what do you do once you're in the inn?
Since he's still in a daze and clearly had quite a night, my first instinct is to put him someplace comfortable. Is there anything comfortable downstairs, or will I have to go upstairs for that?
To be fair, most of the shit down here is broken. So.
Yep. You might want to go upstairs for that.
Follow me.
I'm sorry.
Do you follow Arthur?
I was gonna say, with all the blankets he has around him, just kind of
Exactly.
I'm sorry,
Arthur
there
is
was
covered in blankets right now. Follow
I'm
me.
sorry, there was something beautiful about Arthur covered in blankets, looking like a tired butler, going, "Follow me, sir."
So,
You will follow Arthur.
all right. So you go up to probably the third floor is where the most bedrooms are. So,
Yeah.
give me a second here. Let me just share this with everyone. The closest place would be down here.
Yeah,
so
Arthur's
you can go
room.
take him there. Yeah, Arthur's room. Which would probably be where Arthur would lead you.
Yeah,
Makes
he would
sense.
just straight up take you straight, put him here, and there's like not only the inn's blankets, but also a bedroll and 3 more blankets.
Oh my gosh. This boy should not go to the tundra.
No, you should not. At least not right now.
Die. He would die in the summer in the tundra.
I don't know why it's making everyone so small. But you put Tally in Arthur's bed, lay him down.
Yeah, and
And he
Arthur will
goes,
make him comfortable.
And as you're doing that, he goes, What happened?
You tell me.
And he kind of
just-
blinks around.
We just found you unconscious in Spirit's arms as she was screaming for help.
Unconscious?
Fairy.
Why?
He can't. It's like, what do you mean? Why? Like he's thinking in his head, like, as he's processing this, does anyone like speak up? Or anything?
That is a good question. Why? What happened?
I was out Oh, and he starts like touching his face. Oh no, you can't see me. And he like covers himself with the blankets.
No,
Aw.
no, Tally, I think you're not invisible. We can see you.
No, you can't know I'm Tally. No.
Why? Buddy,
And,
it's okay.
He lowers the blanket again and he just looks mortified. You know my secret then.
I guess.
And he motions to the jacket that he's still wearing that's painted very badly black with red tiger stripes on it.
It was shocking to know, but we have to move past that. Hold on as I roll deception. Can he fake being surprised? No.
Not really.
Nope, definitely
not right now.
Not with Tally. He goes, You're just saying that. Oh, I'm so bad at this.
Okay, look. He sits down somewhere. Would it make you feel better if we all just shared a secret with each other?
Maybe.
Do I have to go
Alright.
first?
I guess since I suggested it, I'll go first. I have a voice that talks to me in my head.
You do?
Oh yeah. They're quite pleasant.
In your mind, you hear, really? Really? Now? At this moment, you decide?
Yep.
The
He
voice
says
goes
out
silent.
loud. Look, they're going to know at some point anyway, for crying out loud. This has been one heck of a night.
They're
Is
going to
Orit
think
saying
you-
this in Celestial?
No, he was speaking in common at that point.
Shit.
Because he was just kind of in the moment.
In your mind, you hear, they're going to think you're crazy, but fine. Whatever. Your call. And Tally goes, So, like, you have an imaginary friend?
Well, they're not very imaginary, but sure, we can call it that.
Oh.
Someone else's turn. Gestures to Arthur. Come on, it's for a good cause.
Okay. Hey, I'm Arthur. You're in my bed, and I am a dragon.
Tally's eyes shine. You're a what?
I'm a
I've
dragon.
never met a dragon before.
Hello.
Can you breathe fire?
No, I can breathe acid.
Acid. Wow. Hang on. No, I don't even need to. Yeah, he reads you well enough to know that you're telling the truth.
Yeah.
And then he looks wide-eyed at a shoe.
Shu has a very cold, unbreaking gaze on him. And she takes out a deck of cards. And sets it down. You will not believe this, but this I would do anything for.
Why?
Do you have another secret?
No.
Assume, let's
Oh.
negotiate this then.
Oh, stone cold negotiator.
He shakes his head. No, it was hard enough just to keep the one.
Well,
Oh, I get it. Okay, when I get another secret, I'll come to you.
then we'll have an agreement.
Okay. So what happened?
Look, all I know is that from the roof, I heard screaming, rushed over, saw you bloodied to the point of you were almost at death's knees. And then we had to heal you, and then carried you back here.
We'll say at this time, Kai and Spirit make it to the inn, and you go inside, and you don't see anyone downstairs, but you hear muffled voices upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Very
Kai-
muffled, because they're on the third floor.
Kai will take that moment then. Unless, is it our scene? Is it Spirit Kai time?
Yeah,
I don't know if
yeah.
that scene wasn't done. Okay.
Yeah, it is. We can jump back and forth a little bit.
Okay, cool. Kai will then stop and then kneel down to Spirit, and she'll say, I know this has been very, very traumatic for you, but can you try and tell me what you saw this evening?
Right. Of course. I was walking at night. Dad was angry. He was upset. It didn't make any sense that there's things in our house that don't belong to either of us, that we don't know how it got there. And for some reason, Dad's been very, very upset about it. And
Kai will, she won't interrupt, but you see like her eyebrow like raise up.
which, by the way, Kai, roll me a wisdom save.
Oh boy. Wisdom save. Where is the main menu?
All right. Yeah. She must be talking about Emmerich, her one dad,
The
the fire ganassi.
is,
You know, the only dad she's ever had.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying now. Yeah. Okay. No, that makes sense. So
Yeah. And she
But-
goes, uh-huh.
but okay. I don't know if would Kai be able to put. No, let's not. No, let's just continue on. I'll
Gotcha.
I'll think about it.
Gotcha. And she goes, well, so I went out for a walk to give him some time to himself. And I was just walking along, quietly thinking to myself. And then I don't remember, but there was that person, that halfling. They were on the ground in front of me, bleeding, dying. I think he protected me, but I don't know from what.
Okay, all right. So you're saying you blacked out and then Tally was there in front of you.
Tally? That was Tally?
Oops. Yeah, I know, big surprise, but go
You mean
easy.
the little halfling from that store?
Yeah. Kai kind of covers her mouth and goes, "Oh shoot." I believe he was he had a night job, it would seem, protecting people.
The Crimson Tiger. Yes, I know. The Crimson Tiger has been running around at night making a fool of himself, but in a sweet way.
I was Kai kind of was like, "Well, you said it, not me."
But that was Tally?
Squee, can you take me to the private room? I need to talk to you for a minute.
Yes, by all means, everyone. We're going to the secret room.
I'm gonna eat some cookies while we're there.
Oh shit.
There they go.
There they go.
I stabbed the
There we go.
halfling.
Oh shit.
Oh, the biggest secret of all. A shoe is a murderer.
No one can ever know.
About the cards.
I am real glad I'm not in that room because I'm like, shit, I don't know what secret to tell. Hey, Dilma,
really
you know what I just
hope
found in your bag?
Oh my god. Dome was just like,
secret.
I really hate Rocky Road ice cream.
Honey, that's not a secret.
What are you doing?
Is that to the hamster?
Yes.
The
You're
hamster's
so
just
fucking-
getting really invested, okay, guys?
Hamster's having a good time.
She keeps like going under and back up and then under and back up on the same little spot for some reason. I don't know why.
Oh no,
All
it's
that-
adorable.
It's that pent up energy.
Oh no, she uses that to fucking play on the top of the cage like a jungle gym.
Oh,
Hi.
see, secret
Oh, is
roll.
that what you're gonna do now? Yeah,
Secret
that's
roll,
exactly
secret
what you're
roll.
gonna
Mmm.
do. Uh-oh.
What is Kai doing?
That's a damn good question.
Kai is sneaking into the prison.
Oh, shit.
Kai.
Wait, if we break out Bob, she'll have the answers.
Sugar Plum, what are you doing? I need to get a picture of this. You're so fucking...
You're going to keep this hamster.
I'm not going to own a hamster.
You already
Find
do.
her... Oh my god, I'm gonna find her owner. I'm gonna give it back.
For chat's sake, Elora found a hamster in their closet.
Just, it's... Oh my god.
And
Oh
then
my
once
God.
they're dead,
There's
And then
all that
once-
blood.
and then
Oh,
once
they're
they're
everywhere.
dead, you can take her books.
Okay, cool. Wait,
Yeah.
don't squeak! Don't.
What? Oh,
God damn it.
Kaitana, are you murdering again?
No.
Alright.
Kaitana.
That kills people.
And Spirit goes, no, I didn't black out. I just I was alone 1 second, and then the next he was there, bleeding.
Okay. All right. It's all right. Why don't we go check on him and make sure he's okay? It sounds like they are upstairs.
Got you. And as you're going upstairs, we'll jump back to the other room where Tally is like, I I was out on my nightly patrol, you know, like heroes do, and looking for evil. And I saw a spirit walking by herself, and I thought to myself, that's really dangerous. It's so late at night, and she's alone. So I started following her, and then she screamed, and I rushed to open to and I attacked. I think. I don't know. All I remember is waking up and seeing you over me. I think I died.
No, you didn't die. I can't bring you back from that, unfortunately. Not good at that yet.
I don't know what happened. What happened? I think something attacked.
Something really got to you. You were no better way to say it. You were messed up, man.
Give me a second here. Oh, Tally, no. All right.
Uh-oh.
He just nods. I don't remember. I don't remember anything. All I remember was how I felt. Spirit was in danger, like real danger. Like, I mean, I've gotten into bar fights and tried to stop people from mugging someone, and I've gotten beaten up a lot, but this was different. I was terrified. I thought I was going to die. She was in real danger. But I can't. Every time I try and think, it's like my mind just slips away. And then Kai and Spirit come into the room right about then. You hear like that last part. We'll also say Dolma and Tai get to the bottom floor at that point as well.
Do we get character icons for a little screen?
Yeah, you do.
Oh, look how tiny we are! Hi guys, it's me, Kai.
It's so tiny. All right. There you go.
Oh my gosh, they shrunk Kai.
I don't know what happened to me.
And we'll say like another so Tai and Dolma, you know, you get in there, you see no one's downstairs, but you hear people walking upstairs in muffled voices.
Mhm.
So you can probably put 2 and 3 together.
2 and 3. Sorry.
Quick question:
Advanced math, yes.
Were Tai and Dolma still like bloodied? Or no, they cleaned that up, didn't they?
They did. They bandaged themselves up.
Yeah, but there's
just
very
don't go and
clearly
just
fresh bandages on
yes,
them.
there are
So
very clearly flesh bandages on them, and don't go in their room. It's a
Oh
mess
my
in there.
They were having a crazy night.
Actually, this is a very good point. We may need to retcon a little bit, but I would like Ashu, Orit, Arthur, and Kai to roll me perception checks. Because Dolma and Tai ran out of their room. And
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they didn't take the time to close the door.
No, probably not.
nope.
Arthur, no.
It's too cold.
Perception. No, that's persuasion. That's performance. Perception. Here.
Mood.
You can do
He's
it.
having a hard time, guys.
It's really cold.
Sleepy.
It's a rough night for everyone.
Yeah.
Don't worry,
It's
Arthur.
1 o'clock in the
Arthur,
morning. It's freezing.
you will eventually start building a tolerance. It's only been like 2 days.
Where is Darian in all of this?
Yeah, I've been wondering that this entire time.
Passed out, probably.
Yep.
Hey, Elora,
He's-
remember
he-
my theory?
He sleeps in the basement.
Wait,
So?
no. Darian? Who's
Yeah.
Darian? You guys have this.
No.
I listen now, says Tai.
All right, so to keep things as simple as possible, Kaitana,
Yes.
as you and Spirit are going through the second floor to go up to the third, to where Talia is being, where you can hear people talking, you pass by Dolma and Taya's room, and you see, as you pass, above the headboard of the bed, written in blood, it's watching us, the window.
Squeak, Kai's gonna have to go in that room then.
Gotcha. So we'll say you divert. And Spirit's like, what's
Just
wrong?
go check on your friend. I have to go take a look at something real quick. Go check on him.
I have to help.
So Spirit continues on, and Kai goes in the room. Yes, Dolma.
So depending on how thoroughly she investigates, there's 2 journals she could possibly write.
Yes, there are. Kai,
boy.
I need you to roll me an investigation check.
Here
please.
we go. Let's see.
This is interesting.
Come on, baby. Big on.
Still.
I mean, Dolma
Okay.
literally just tossed hers across the room. It's
Yeah.
not that hard to find.
It's
Okay.
not. So Kai, you go in there. You see that the armoire has been pushed in front of the window. You see blood on the floor next to the mirror. You see blood on the sheets where Dolma was. Well, where one of them was sleeping. You're not sure who.
I would quick say she does close the door behind her as she goes in.
Oh, all right. And you see 2 journals, one flung across the room and one seated very carefully and open on the desk with a handwritten note next to it. Ty, what exactly did you say on the note?
I think it was something along the lines of, but I want to know.
Yes, but I'd like to meet you, or I want to know. Something along those lines.
I want to know more, something.
Yeah.
And then written directly in the fucking journal is, you don't get to steal my life, or something along those lines.
Yeah, I'll wait until she examines it. Do you examine
fair
either of
enough.
the journals?
Oh yeah.
So
I'm
the
in
first
it now.
journal, the one on the desk you read, it seems to be, as you skim through it, the journal of a twin brother to Dolma. It talks about their adventures to Averton and in Averton, and even mentions you, which means, according to this journal, you've met this Fulma before, but you don't have any memory whatsoever of them.
Can I? No, I don't think that would work. I don't know what that would do. Wait. Hang on, let me quick read something. Sorry.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Well, while you do that, Spirit comes up and enters the room with the rest of you and says, "Hi, everyone."
Hello.
Heyo! No, sorry, I'm not.
Hey.
Is Tally okay?
Well, you can ask him
Well,
yourself.
see
That's right.
for yourself.
Yeah.
You see a mound under the blanket as Tally has dove under the covers.
Listen, if you're
Come
going
on,
to
Tally.
if you're going to spend the entire time under there, I'm going to join you because it's fucking cool.
I ship it.
And then you hear, like, Spirit go, "Tally, I know you're the Crimson Tiger." And then, like, Tally's red face appears out from under the covers. Does everyone know?
You don't have a mask anymore. I'm afraid that it's kind of hard not to notice.
It's fine, Tally. It's fine. We'll keep your secret. And Tally just kind of gives up and throws the blanket down. Fine. Kai, you have a plus sign?
Okay, I'm gonna do it anyway. It's a cantrip. So, just for her own curiosity, because she has honestly no idea how this works. She would draw, like, reading that there was a journal entry of someone that may have been in a situation where she had been. She's going to lift her finger up and start twirling it in her hair. And she's going to pull out a glowing strand. And she is going to... It's basically a snippet, a memory of of that particular situation.
That moment. Right.
Yeah, and she's going to just view it again.
What moment in particular?
I guess, Fulma said that they were in with Lady Celine, that whole meeting, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay, so she would pull out that.
And
part of
then
that.
slip it back in to try and experience it again.
Yeah, she would. You can just hold on to it. So she would like pull it out and then just rest it in
Well,
her hand. And...
Right, but you can't read it or experience it unless you put it back into someone's mind.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, she would. Then...
while it's in your hand, it's basically just a string of memory.
Yeah. Wait. While holding the thought strand, it allows you to instantly receive whatever memory, idea, or message the thought strand contains.
Does
Physically.
Yes, that's what it says here. But we can change it. I just change it in my notes.
No. That's fine. Roll me a wisdom save.
Okay. Where is? Come on, Nelly. Damn it!
Oh, it was almost a 12.
Come on.
You examine the piece of your memory, and you go over it. You're looking through it. You don't see anything, but you feel like something's off. Like your subconscious is not okay with this. You don't see anything that you don't remember. Like, right? There's no other person. There's certainly no Fulma, but you feel like this isn't right. This isn't how it should be. It's a weird juxtaposition between what you see right in front of you and yet somehow knowing something's not right here.
Kai would get a very perturbed expression upon her face.
Hang on. Arthur wants to give you his inspiration if you want to use it.
I have an inspiration too! Why haven't I thought I'll use my inspiration? Hold on.
Okay. Give it a
Sorry.
go.
I forgot that was a thing.
Do it.
Oh, shit, Arthur, help! Arthur, can I borrow your inspiration?
I shall give you my energy.
Come on, Mama.
Come on.
Okay.
You are welcome. The pact has been sealed.
All right. Kai, you examine the thread. And as you examine the thread, you see sitting next to Dolma a male elf. Looks very similar to Dolma. Stronger jaw, slightly smaller form. But you see him. You see Fulma, and you know it was Fulma. And he was sitting there in white robes, fiddling with what looks like a holy symbol. But Kai, the second you relive this, the second you think about it, you can feel it slipping. It's already slipping from your mind. You don't quite understand it, but you know this memory is going to disappear again.
She's gonna quick write down in the journal, Fulma is real, and sign it Kai.
Okay.
On her arm, she carves.
Yeah, no, not the arm. There's a pen and pencil right there. She can just, the journal's open. She's just gonna quick write in it too.
And the second you finish, you look down. Fulma is real. Kai, you don't remember writing that, but it feels right. And you're still holding the memory strand in your hand. Now, since you could conceivably do this eternally, I'm going to let you know that at best, every time you try and examine it, you won't get any more than what you got.
Okay, no, that's fine. Kai would, I guess, dispel it. I don't know how you.
Sure, you put it back in your mind.
She threw it in the garbage. Oh, okay, yeah. No, she put it back in her head.
Waste
So,
not,
forget you
whatnot.
sassy Sheem?
What?
You want to forget sassing Sheem?
No,
No,
she
no.
can't forget. That's not how this
I'm-
works. But
It's like a VHS tape of part of my memory, basically.
you could just discard it, honestly.
Please be kind and rewind, Kai.
Yeah,
or you can hold on to it and give it to someone.
Kai is gonna then look at the wall. She's still holding the journal, and she'll carry the journal, and she'll open the door to head.
You
Yep.
did notice another journal thrown across the room. Do you
Oh,
care about that one?
oh yeah. Then I'll read that one too. Mine as
All right.
well.
So while you go to that one, I'm gonna go downstairs to Ty and Dolma. You guys are hearing noises up above you.
Cool.
I'm guessing we're hearing the
sounds of
third
Tally.
story.
Yes,
Yeah.
the third.
Mhm.
As you guys, I assume you make your way up.
Yes.
Both of you roll me perception checks, please.
All right. Where's my character sheet? There it is. That's items.
Yeah, your door's closed. You guys didn't close your door.
Uh-oh.
You guys ran out.
Dolma's gonna walk over and pull open the door.
You see Kai holding Falma's journal and reaching down for yours.
Oh boy.
Kai, the door opens.
Kai
Like
will-
right as you're reaching for the other journal.
Kai will continue like going down but she'll kind of, you know what? No, she's gonna hang on. I'm gonna do a roll for me. It has nothing to do, but over 10 she's gonna be arrogant. Under 10 she won't be arrogant. Okay, she's gonna be arrogant. She'll say, "I was wondering when you would get here, Dolma."
She says in a half crouch that looks rather awkward.
Yes. It was always going to come out into 20. She's allowed to be a little bit arrogant.
No, it's hilarious because it's like such a smooth, confident voice, but such
Yeah.
a weird position.
Yeah, like
she's getting ready to go into the bend and snap.
Yeah, the bet. And then you see her
no.
snap back up and your wrists to her boobs. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
But she'll gracefully then like pick up the other journal and then turn to greet Dolma and Ty.
Dolma's gonna snatch the journals away.
She will. Well, okay.
Dolma, as you do that, you see that in Fulma's journal, it is written, Fulma is real, signed Kai.
Kai will before she says anything about the journal, she'll say, or excuse me, before I can't talk today. She'll just stare at Dolma and say, "Apparently, I added to that journal. I do not remember doing so.
No one does.
I couldn't help but notice your room was in a bit of a disarray." She'll point to the blood on the wall that says it's out the window or whatever. Ominous shit it says.
It's watching us the window.
So I took it upon myself to investigate. Forgive me, I did not mean to snoop as much as I did.
Oh boy. Dolma is quiet, and you can kind of see her jaw working as she closes the book and sets them down on the bed. Well, I suppose that saves one step.
Forgive me, I know we do not know each other very well.
No,
But-
we don't.
Did you have any intention of telling us this could be very severe? It could be affecting others around you, which clearly it has been. So you're putting the life, your new friends,
Literally in the next 5 minutes.
at risk. How long have you known this, though? And she'll kind of glance over at Ty and then back to Dolma.
For sure. About 10 minutes ago.
Really? Kai will continue to stare.
Yes, really. Shall we go and tell the rest?
Yes, I think that would be a wise decision.
Whew, that is an icy walk up those stairs.
So yeah, Dolma steps to the side and makes like a exaggerated gesture of after you.
Kai will bow her head, as is her beautiful custom of the drow. No, it's not really, but she'll do that out of respect and then walk out the door and head upstairs.
All right.
And
the rest
who
of you
makes
follow.
it to the 3rd floor?
Everybody.
Everyone dies.
Window.
So you all file into the room.
Mhm.
And
This room is
oh
now
my
very
god,
tiny.
Dolma.
Oh my gosh.
Doma!
Tiny Duma!
Oh, no. There you go. You can arrange yourselves however you need, of course. Here, let me move Tally up here. We'll say you guys, as you guys get in, Orit, Ashu, and Arthur, basically there's a transaction between Tally and Spirit, which is basically like, do you remember what happened? I don't remember what happened. I was walking and then you were there and injured. I saw you walking and I was following you, but not like in a creepy way, but I was trying to make sure you were safe. And then next thing I remember, Orit was there. So like they have this awkward exchange where it's clear that both of them remember before and after, but they don't remember what attacked.
During this time, Arthur would have gone to the corner of the room, and just sat down with his back at the corner, and withdrew into his blankets.
We'll say as well, I know there's not one depicted in here, but I can't imagine Arthur would have picked a room without a fireplace, because why in the world would he do that?
That is
of all
true,
people.
but that is
So
also
we'll say-
expecting Arthur to know how to start a fire.
Oh, that's a fair point. So maybe there is no fireplace in this room. You're just
Aw.
in the corner in your blankets.
That's all the blankies. Oh, that's so sad.
And when that happens, you see Dolma, Kai, and Tai into the room.
There's a weird amount of tension going
Kai
There
looks
is.
normal. Honestly.
on. Well, then
Well.
I guess it's just Dolma.
Yeah, I was gonna say, once they get in, Kai will give an expected look to Doma.
Dolma flips into the room and leans against one of the walls, kind of looks down at her bandaged finger and goes, "So, it appears that I have a brother that I've forgotten about. One that you all seem to have forgotten about as well."
What the fuck?
Appropriate response.
Kai will nod at Ori.
Yeah, Dolma just looks over at Ori, just like, honestly, I've been asking myself the same thing. I don't know how, but the last time I mention him, apparently, is after, and she looks over at Tally. I'm guessing he's fully above or not obscuring his face anymore.
Oh no, he has. The
Oh,
second more people walked in the room, he buried himself in the blankets.
but she knows it's Tally.
Of course.
Yeah. Yeah, she kind of gestures towards him. The last mention I have of him in my journal is him going after you to heal you, Tally.
After me? Tally, like, lowers the blanket to heal. Oh, you know too! Give me a second. Oh, and he goes, you know too. Wait. Heal me?
She nods.
Yes. Yes. Someone looked like you. They came to me, white robes. They touched me. Or did they? Oh. What was I talking about?
Do we also forget what he said?
No, you heard what he said.
Ori says once again, what the fuck?
Kai once again nods at Ori, like in agreement.
Can I roll an Arcana? See if you think of anything that might be causing this like instantaneous
Yeah.
bullshit amnesia.
Yeah. Anyone who would like to can, who's in the room. Which is everyone, of course.
Yeah.
18.
Why not?
That's a lot of 11s.
Well, because
There we
oh
go.
god, what
9.
was it?
Fill the circle.
with the song, if it's
Oh,
connected to the song, you
shoot.
said that it was
Whoa.
connected probably to an innate ability. Oh shit.
So I'll handle this first. Dolma, you, and then Ashu. Dolma, you haven't heard of... I mean, you've heard of spells that affect memories, but everyone constantly, without it being cast in front of you, possible,
Yes.
but more likely than not, it's an ability you haven't come across, and either it's a very, very powerful spell or an innate ability. Though you've never heard of an innate ability that can do this, you also know that you haven't met all the crazy things in this world. But you can tell a little bit about how this must work. People are losing memories live, so to speak, like as you see it. You can see them losing their memories, which means this effect must be constant, which means that it must be something that is continuously happening. Ashu. Same basic information. You know that you've never heard of a spell that does this, but there's lots of things you don't know. There are creatures that can do amazing things, and there are very powerful wizards that are creating and inventing spells all the time. And so while you've never heard of this, you as well also know that there are certain rules that must be followed. If a spell is not being cast every 5 minutes, it means it's something that is continuous, something that is ongoing. And if it is something that's ongoing, it's either an artifact or an innate ability, because no wizard in their right mind would spend all day, every day casting. What's the point, right? So if it's sustainable, it's either an innate ability or some sort of artifact. And if it is either of those two things, you know also that it is limited to one other rule. It has to have a range. It's not indefinite. It can't cover the whole world. There has to be a limit to how far this whatever it is can go. But one last thing. If your musings are correct, it means that it's very, very powerful. And as long as you are within its range, it's going to be difficult to remember anything. Make sense?
I mean, I guess.
Does what I say make sense at least?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Because technically it makes the opposite of sense.
It makes dollar bills.
That's how you make your money.
He takes away sense and piles it in his own bag.
Oh shit, it's a capitalist.
By the way, Dolma, what have you done? Not Dolma, Kai, what have you done with the memory strand?
The one I put back in my head?
Do you put it back in your head?
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. Never mind then.
But I have another thing I might do with a different memory strands if the right conditions occur.
Okay. Well, so you both just, Ashu and Dolma, you kind of piece together what I told you.
Okay. So Dolma, kind of rubbing at her temples, goes over it, like piecing it together, and she kind of starts working it out loud, putting in her thoughts, like that she had realized before that this has to be something that someone or something can just do. I've never heard of a spell that can just do something like this. That doesn't make any sense. But
I am also concerned that your brother, he is real and he is not here. Where did he go?
Wait, Spirit says, does that have anything to do with the stuff in my house?
what?
In my house,
Hey,
there's... Yes?
Hey, Squee, can I roll one of those saves to try and remember?
Remember...
Her
The
other
dad?
father.
Yeah, in 1 second.
No problem.
As Spirit continues, she goes, there's things in my house, another person's things, clothing, tools, My father found a wedding ring, and he was wearing one too. It made no sense. Yes, anyone who has not currently or hasn't in the past rolled a wisdom save, which is basically, I think, only Orit and Kai, so
Yeah.
everyone else can.
Oh!
Ho, ho, ho. Wow.
Heck, Arthur, a shoe is rubbing off on you.
My one good
Dolma's
roll.
having a rough time.
Wow, 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 wow,
Wow,
wow.
Arthur
Okay.
just stole a shoe.
Literally just Arthur.
Arthur, you, as she says that, you think back and you go, what is she talking about? What about Avery? What about her other dad? And the second you start thinking about that, it's like your mind keeps wanting to slip off that memory. And you, with sheer willpower, force your mind to focus on it. But you get the feeling that the second you stop focusing on it, you're not sure if you'll be able to remember it again. So it's not like you've got 5 seconds. It's more like you have a very limited time, because the second your mind goes elsewhere, you're not sure you're going to pull this back up. But at the moment, you remember Avery perfectly.
All right. So because he's getting that feeling of he's going to forget, he's going to kind of stand up, concentrating and gritting his teeth. He's going to slap the sides of his face a bit. And when we've interacted with Spirit, have we been talking in common?
Elvish, actually, because she
Elvish,
knows
okay.
that you don't speak common that well.
All right. Then he will begin to describe this person, or he will begin to say, that's because you have 2 fathers. There's a water ganassi, and is going to just keep describing this person, how they look, their attitude, etc. Just basically until he can no longer describe anything, just flood the description. Ramble, essentially. He's going to ramble.
So a couple of things happen. Dalma, well, the rest of you, as he describes these words, as he describes this image, you guys keep feeling like even the description is starting to fade a little bit. So unless someone writes it down or does something more permanent,
Does
It
Kai
might-
still have
Carve
that
into my
pencil?
arm.
Jesus Christ.
oh my god, Ty.
Kai still have the pencil? Did Dolma take that?
I have another idea, Squee, as well.
Did what?
Yes.
Pencil or
Burn?
the whatever she wrote with?
No, that was a knife, and no, she didn't take that away. But
No, when
No.
Kai
Kai
wrote.
Kai
Not
wrote
Kai.
Fulma is real, signed Kai. So no, I think you would still have that.
I
Oh.
want
She'll write that on the floor then, what Arthur is saying.
I want to point out neither
Yes.
Orit nor Kai know Elvish. They know
Oh,
Undercommon.
You're right.
Yeah, I was
Never
thinking
mind.
that
So
too.
it is like broken Elvish to us.
Yeah, so Kai, you're not going to really know enough to write it down.
You can
Yeah.
write down he is
Well-
orange.
I will write down, would I recognize some old-timey word for father? And what
Sure,
he's-
sure. Like you can
So-
get broken bits. Actually, tell you what, roll me and Burn. We'll get with you just a second. Roll me, just a straight intelligence check, Kai.
Okay.
And Dolma, we'll get with you in a second too. All right, yeah, you can write down like every 3rd or 4th word. You get some of the description: water ganassi, father, pleasant. Like things like that.
Okay. Yeah, and then she'll make sure that she writes spirit on there too, so we know which father we are referring to.
Got you. So you start writing on the floor.
Yeah.
Burn, you said you had another idea?
Yeah, I have an idea. I don't know how well this would work, and I'm going to say now I would be willing to use as many side points as you feel are necessary before the
Okay.
memory passes. We are surrounded by wood.
Yes.
I would like to try and have Arthur use his powers to create a facsimile of this person, causing the wood to grow
Okay.
and making a bust.
It would be very small, but you could do it. As you describe it. In fact, it helps you focus on it.
Yes.
Spend 3 side points,
Absolutely. Done.
and it helps you focus on it. Couple of things. Dolma, you have a plus sign.
That's pretty much what I was. Except she's got like minor illusion, but
Gotcha.
yeah. So like as he's like carving his face out of wood, Dolma's like trying to make like the mental image that she's building into an actual illusion.
Gotcha.
With minor illusion.
All right.
That might actually help it too.
And Kai, with your intelligence check, you would know this as well. You could use the ability you used on yourself, and you'd probably get a really good picture if you drew it out of his mind.
Please take it.
Oh, wait, can I take it out of his mind? Is that...
You can do it to anyone. It's not just yourself.
Sure, I'll take it. I'll go up and I'll take it from his head. Kai will get up and
Actually, in fact, if you were to try and interrupt him and say, I can't understand you, he would telepathy to you.
I don't think she would want to interrupt.
Okay.
I think she knows that
like
this is
Arthur,
important.
Arthur, you're so focused on creating this bust that Kai just kind of comes up and touches your head and pulls out a thread. Now, Kai, you know that as focused as he is on this memory, this thread probably contains whatever the memory was that he was focusing on at that moment. We'll say the first time you guys met, right?
Okay.
Now, you'll know that as long as you hold this thread, it'll probably have a good memory of him.
Now, feel free to say no. But I can see that memory as if it were my own, correct? Like, that's what it feels like when I hold it, or how does this...
give me a second.
Playback?
What's the name of the spell again?
Encode thoughts, I believe. Yeah,
I
encode
think
thoughts.
that's correct, but I want to recheck. Let's see here.
If you need me to describe what he was feeling or his impressions of this guy, just let me know.
Hang on.
I guess my thought would be I just want to see if I notice anything out of the ordinary that maybe Arthur wouldn't have noticed at the time.
That's very interesting.
I see.
I
Like
don't know.
a face.
So
anything off.
So here's the thing. Yes, the strand will last for 8 hours, right?
Okay.
If you try to read it now, roll me a wisdom save.
Okay. So many wisdom saves.
I know, right?
Come on, you can do it.
You guys
Damn
can see
it!
this out.
You don't have any more stars to burn.
I don't.
Kai, you look at the string and you've experienced the memories, but even as you're watching the memory, it fades, it slips, it you don't remember even looking at the string. And then you look at it again like, wait, didn't I just experience this? And then you do it again, and then it's like a few seconds later have passed again, and you're like, wait, what? Like the memories are slipping from your mind the second you see them.
Okay. Kai, I think then will take a step back from Arthur and let him do his thing because she's got nothing to offer at this point.
Now, keep in mind as well, you can hold that strand for up to 8 hours.
Yeah, she'll hang on to it. She'll like hold it like it's a wet cloth or something kind of pinched and away from her.
One more thing to note. As Arthur does this, whoa. The music's going really weird for me.
Good. Oh no, I'm forgetting the music.
You see, wordlessly, Spirit kind of falls to her knees and tears are just flowing down her face. Yes, Dolma.
So at this point, Dolma would pause and say, what if we go to the Blackstaff? She knows about magic probably way more than all of us.
Either that or Auntie.
I was about to say, Lady Celine would I mean, this would be important information. I would want to know if it was involving my tribe. It's in her city.
There's a lot of people who could value with this information. There's also a lot of people who could be causing this to happen in the first place.
I feel I have more trust with Lady Celine than I do with the Black Staff, personally.
Dulba, like, opens her mouth to say something and then stops herself and just shakes her head.
And as you're saying that, Spirit goes... And it's a weird dichotomy because tears are streaming down her face, but her face looks calm. And she goes, "The Black Staff? Oh, my sister works with her."
That might
Wait,
be
yeah.
important then. Kai, like, looks over.
Didn't we meet her sister?
We did.
You did
Like, I'm
twice.
saying this in characters. I feel
Oh,
like
yeah.
it was said in...
Oh.
Like,
I
no
feel
one
like-
ever actually said in character, you're right.
Yeah, Dulma kind of, like, leans over to Ty. It was the gnome. That opened.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Interesting.
Oh, you've met her. Linbit. She's a bit, hard sometimes. Oh, why? Oh, I didn't realize I was crying.
It's been a stressful evening for you.
Does that happen often?
And Ty, it looks exactly like... I mean, it reminds you a little bit of what happened to Dolma.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does.
And Spirit goes, "No, I don't know."
You did it earlier today, too.
Ty's giving Doma a very pointed look.
Remember when we ran into each other?
Did I? I don't remember. I mean, I remember meeting you, but did I cry?
Your cheeks were wet as if you were crying, and I pointed it out.
Oh.
Kai is now looking at Arthur and just wondering what the fuck he's doing.
And Arthur has created a very realistic wooden bust of Avery.
Mm-hmm. Should I describe what basically happened?
Sure.
So, you see that this inn is made out of wood, and the floors have planks and whatnot, and the planks essentially start growing in kind of like a root-like fashion. Several of them intertwist and twine and all of that, and create a bust of this guy. Then he will grab it, and as he grabs the bust, the rest of it falls to dust. The branches that came from the planks and whatnot return back to being planks. But now he has this bust. And he will keep trying to hold on to it, but I think at this point he will look at what he's done and go, and this is it. This is a thing. Why did I do this?
So, Kai,
Hmm?
just so we're on the same page, everyone's on the same page. Kai, you're holding a strand.
Yes.
Arthur, you have a bust that looks vaguely familiar.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, maybe not this. This is way too atmospheric. God, I need more just music only things. Everything I have has like ambient sounds. The rest of you,
Dulma also has an illusion.
Dolma, you have an illusion. Dolma, roll me a what would this be? I think this would be wisdom. Roll me a wisdom check.
Another virus. Okay.
Not a save, a check.
I mean, it's the same either way.
Oh,
wow.
Um,
Dulma!
you're able to create a minor illusion that looks exactly like him. And the thing is, Dolma, it's so spot on it couldn't have been from Arthur's words alone. Arthur's words were good, but this is immaculate.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, she'll look down at this illusion and she almost frowns a little bit. And as she's been creating this illusion, she's just kind of been humming to herself, and she'll look over at Spirit and turn it to face her.
Oh.
Oh, Spirit.
She looks at it and she goes, "Who is that?" And tears are streaming down her face again.
Cool. Awesome. Dulma kind of opens her mouth and closes it and then opens it again. I think it's your father.
No. My father's a fire genasi. But he looks familiar. Maybe a friend? I don't know. Oh, I'm doing it again. That's so odd. I'm so sorry. That's not usual.
At that point, Dulma will... Oh, fuck. I don't want to drop it because it's perfect, but she can't just keep holding.
May
I'm
I?
going to carry this tiny illusion for...
Yip, yip.
Yes.
While Ashu's been kind of silently observing all of this, she goes over to Spirit, and she starts settling down a piece of paper from her pack, and gives her a quill. And could you hold this quill?
Oh, sure.
And if you could really focus on that. On that
Okay.
illusion.
Okay. And she does. And as she's looking at it, her hand starts moving. And it starts writing, "Father, Father, oh God, Father, where are you?" In very broken writing.
Well, that is interesting, Kai will say.
Oh, did I write that?
You're doing a lot of things right now.
Ashu, how did you know that would happen?
Well, I had a few theories, but my main one was being able to try to focus on something that doesn't exist might free a mind to do something else. Whenever she thinks about this particular person, from what I can actually see, she cries as an instinct.
I see. That's very intelligent. That's very good.
She side glances over. Thank you.
Kai's giving you a small, a little applause for, good job, gold star type thing.
So, does anybody want this thing? I don't know why I did this.
I'll take it.
Okay, here you go. And he's gonna walk over and hand it to her.
And almost unconsciously, she holds it to her chest. I don't know why. I'd like it. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. He's gonna kind of go back to the corner and withdraw back into his blankets.
Oh my god.
Ashu? Oh, sorry.
How is Tally doing? Is he just sitting there watching all of this
Oh,
happen?
he's dead.
He is sitting
Oh,
there
God.
watching. Yeah, he's sitting there. What, Tally? No, he's sitting there
God.
God damn it!
watching all of this, mouth open, hasn't said a word, just watches everything. And in fact, give me a second here.
Whoa.
Oh, Tally. So Tally, not the brightest, sharpest tool in the shed, but he's got pretty good insight.
Good for him.
And he goes, so, Shu, maybe it's like her subconscious, right? I've heard that word before. It means like the mind inside your mind. Like maybe she doesn't remember, but part of her does somehow?
Yes.
And he nods, like as if he got something right. Oh, but then that means that means he was real. But why don't I remember him?
I don't remember him either.
I hate to interrupt. Ashu, can I borrow a sheet of paper, please?
Yes.
And Kai will take it, and she'll look to the group and say, I am going to write down the names of everyone we have met this far. I will need assistance, but I would like to keep track lest anyone else disappears.
That's actually a good idea. And Dolma will kind of pause, and then she'll kind of jog back down to her room and grab her journal, because she fucking writes everything down, and she'll help from that.
Cool.
See if there's anyone else that's missing.
Sweet. Awesome.
Okay.
See? We're friends again!
Oh, honey.
Question, are we going to be including our names as well?
Yes, absolutely.
Fucking yes.
Alright, so the name that Arthur gives is...
Oh, it's some dragon nonsense going down.
He just sends us Arthur again.
It's Arthuriax, is what he
Ooh.
says. And his brother's name is Kip there. God, I made it hard to pronounce for a reason. Kip Theraze.
There's a reason why he goes by Kip.
I was gonna say.
Kip's there, is he?
God damn it, Glass.
Well, that's why you like this.
Oh shit. Oh, real quick, I'll be right back.
Sure. So you managed to write down the names of everyone, and I'll just let you guys know out of character right now. For the moment, you haven't forgotten anyone else that you've met. Just Avery and apparently Fulma.
Hmm? Two ain't bad. Two ain't bad out of the number of people we've met.
What times have we heard music?
You've never heard music.
Fuck.
Are you saying what times has it felt like music stopped when you weren't listening to music? Got you, because that's very different. Once the night before, after the opera, before Dolma came back from her walk, once early that next morning, and once tonight. 3 times that you're aware of.
There was also that time right after the Battle of the Hellhounds.
That's true as well.
She also asked that in character.
Yeah, gotcha. Well, then we'll say, like, Orit and everyone, you guys are able to piece together those... Well, actually, no, you need to, because no one's ever talked about... Well, you kind of have, haven't you?
Yeah, we have. We talked about the one after the Hellhound.
Then you guys are able to piece that together. 3 or 4 times that you can think of. And that's just the times that you've noticed. Because every time you've noticed, it's been on the edge of your perception.
Mm-hmm. So, as someone who's delved fairly deeply into music as a board, is there any way that Dolma could maybe, like, I don't know, if she could do, like, kind of a perception or something like that, or maybe, like, even a performance? Because, like, to try and pull the tune that's playing.
But there is no tune playing.
There was.
But there wasn't. Not that you could perceive. Remember, see, I'm being kind of strict here because you weren't hearing anything that you can perceive. It's that it felt like you stopped listening to something that you weren't.
Okay.
I know it's kind of weird, but there was no tune for you to pick out.
No, that's what's bugging her, is that there is no tune, but it feels like one.
Mm-hmm.
It's not how music works.
And you're a bard, so maybe it's something out of your range of hearing, like a dog whistle.
But yeah, at this point, she would say, whoever we're going to, we need to do it now because people are disappearing and we need to find them.
I think it would be in our best interest still to meet with Lady Celine.
Well, then I hope she's all right with midnight calls because we need to do this now. And then she, starts to head towards the door and then she freezes and under her breath, she just mutters, oh, God. And then just keeps heading through the door.
Wait, what did she say?
What did she say?
My mother's going to kill me.
Oh. Kai will look to Arthur and say, perhaps your brother would be able to help us out. I know it is late, but, family. She'll kind of shrug.
Yeah. God, what time is it?
It's like 2 a.m. at this point.
This is entirely too early.
By the way, just to say, I will say that enough time had passed that all of you have gotten a long rest.
Oh, thank God.
Except Orit, who hasn't gone to sleep yet.
Yeah.
He didn't go to sleep yet. I also ask, what are we going to do about our 2 tiny friends? Are we taking them with us? Are we going to escort them back home?
Tally needs to go to sleep and heal because he had blood loss.
Yeah, he's still very weak, even though he is fully healed. Like, the amount of damage that was done to him, he's going to need a night to recover.
Spirit, could you watch our friend here?
Oh, of course. I can do that.
We'll be back.
You said that Dorian sleeps in the basement?
Yeah, he sleeps in the cellar.
Okay, so then Dulma's gonna go down and knock on the door to the cellar, I guess?
Gotcha. While you do that, yes, Arthur?
At first he was gonna be like, okay, so if you're gonna stay here, Spirit's gonna stay here too. Here, and he's gonna make 2 apples.
Aww.
For when you get hungry.
Good boy.
Alright, so 2
Good
more
boy,
side
mother
points. So
teach him
you've
well.
expended 5 so far.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And what do they taste like? Because Tally instantly, ravishly bites into his.
They're both gonna be the apple pie ones.
Okay. And he
Apple
just
pie a la mode.
consumes it.
Yeah.
Oh, that was delicious. Oh, wait. You guys can't tell anyone. I know I'm not very good yet, but one day I'm gonna be really good at this. But not if everyone knows who I am. I'm just Tally, just a store owner.
That's all you are,
I thought
right?
you worked there.
Yeah.
I do.
You do nothing else but work there, correct?
No, I'm the Crimson Tiger.
Okay, well, we tried, and then Kai will leave.
Like I said, not the brightest.
Oh, that was cute.
And
Rit just looks at him and goes, look, you keep our secret, I'll keep your secret. Walks out.
fair. A shoe.
What secret?
Yes.
Does this mean that we can't learn Celestial anymore?
Why?
I don't know. I just feel like everything's changed.
Until I leave. Pauses. Until I leave this town, I don't think our nightly lessons will change unless I meet another dragon.
Oh. Thank you. Oh gosh, I hope you don't meet another dragon.
They actually seem pretty nice so far.
Oh, well then I do hope... Like, he starts getting, really confused. He goes, but thank you. And then Spirit will actually, go and sit in the chair next to him and, dangle her feet. Dolma, you go down to the first floor and bang on the cellar door, and
Yep.
you hear.
She pauses for like a couple of seconds and then bam, 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 bam.
What? Oi! Oh, me head. What you hollering for? And then, like, after a second, the door opens. Oi! Oh, it's you. It's not morning yet, is it? It feels too early.
She starts to say something and then pauses and goes, "Have you seen Fulma?"
Fulma? No, don't rightly know who you're speaking of, lass.
Looks rather close to me. Came in with us. White robes, cleric.
No one like that's been here. Not while you've been here. And he, like, taps his head. Like a steel trap, this mind. Gotta remember things. Straight out of-
Oh,
guy.
everyone laughs. Aw.
Poor guy.
This poor man.
Yeah, Dolma squints just a teeny tiny bit and goes, "Right. Well, we have guests upstairs, and apparently people have been going missing, so I would greatly appreciate if you would watch over the youngling."
Younglings? Guests? You mean not you lot?
Spirit and Tally. We're going to go see Lady Celine.
Oi, lass, I think you might be skipping a few steps there, are you?
She's like about to start walking away and
Yeah.
then stops and turns and just looks. And the look she gives him is just like, I'm not having any shit.
Yeah.
Get straight to the point.
Yeah, like, you give him that look, and he's like, all right, I'll watch after the little ones. Just, I suppose I'll figure out what's going on from them. And he starts, like, getting dressed, because he's, like, wearing, like, a nightgown and a nightcap.
She again starts to walk away and then pauses and then turns back to him and goes, "Try to act at least a little surprised." And then she walks away.
He's, like, putting on clothes, scratching his head, not quite sure what she's talking about. Okay, so, it's 2 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
You guys want to go talk to Lady Celine?
Mm-hmm.
Apparently.
How?
Well, where
What's the plan?
Arthur.
Go up to the castle and demand Lady Celine.
just say, yeah. So, like, I would be like,
Honestly-
just tell your brother. It's really important. You need to speak with him. And then once we get to him, we can get to Lady Celine.
Basically. That's the plan. That's the plan. We go up to
Yeah.
the gates, we harass the guards until they let us talk to
Wait, can we make Arthur look hurt? Like, to urgency.
No!
What are you gonna do?
Punch me?
No, like, I don't know.
Going to the castle for.
Yeah, like, why aren't you going to a temple for healing?
Okay, fair enough. Okay.
I appreciate.
I was just gonna
the
listen. Just creative thinking, spitballing ideas. Obviously,
No,
it was a
no,
bad one, but I tried.
Yeah, no, I like the idea. I like where we're going. Also,
Like the
not gonna
gumption.
work.
Not gonna work. Fair enough.
Yeah,
Okay, it's just an idea. Sometimes I get a little carried away. I'm all about the disguising.
Feel like though, he did put us on a quest. If he's not gonna meet for us because of an emergency,
So the
poo-poo on
question,
him.
the question would then be, do you have a way of contacting Kip?
Would we have any idea? Like, would he be in the castle? Like, would that be?
Probably.
I mean,
Wait, what's the thing that he's a part of? Like the guard thing that we're trying
the
to.
Lord's Alliance?
Mm-hmm.
Do they have like a base of operations we can stop by and see if he's there?
Him? He's the contact.
Wait, Oh, I thought it was.
The Lord's Alliance is a coalition of leaders like Lady Celine.
Oh,
and
I
the-
thought it was like
They
an
would be at the
organization.
palace.
It kind of is an organization, but,
But
it's an organization of the-
a
yeah, I know what you're saying. Like there's a chapter
special
house
force.
or something.
Yeah, like they
Yeah,
had their own
no.
headquarters. Okay.
Nothing
no.
like that. There's Force Grey. There's the Emerald Enclave, but nothing like that you're thinking.
Okay, gotcha. All right, then I guess we're just gonna have to go to the castle and hope for the best.
All right. So we'll say it's about 2:30, 3 a.m. by the time you guys get there. The streets are very quiet. You pass a few guards here and there. One guard walks up to you and goes, "You guys are out very late. Everything all right?"
Deep sigh, looks exchanged, keeps walking.
We have.
Arthur. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, we have urgent news, and we're trying to find Arthur's brother. And she'll put her hands on Arthur's shoulders.
All right. Well, good luck. I guess.
Thank you.
Tips his hat. Just don't stay out too long.
Do you have any way of communicating to Kip?
Kip?
Kip.
Kip, like your brother?
Yes.
Why would I know your brother? I don't know you.
Bodyguard Celine.
I'm
Kip.
sorry. Come again?
You guys don't understand how cops work, huh?
Palace it is. Let's
Apparently
go.
not. Kai will agree and then continue on forth.
He's having a rough day.
The guard nods. Right, well,
I'm very tired.
right. Like I said, don't stay out too long. And he just kind of nods and backs away and continues on his patrol.
Where were you when Spirit was attacked, guard?
Yeah, good
You're
job,
actually,
guard.
at this point, you're on the other side of town, the upper side.
Hmm.
Still question, no
Right.
excuse.
Right. You guys make your
Good.
way up the bridge that leads up to the upper plateau. And as you're approaching the water fountain with the statue of the ass cheeks,
Yeah.
Canon now.
Building's ass.
a group of guards that is patrolling along the road see you and march to you and halt before you. Excuse me, it's very late in the night. State your business.
Do any of them look like they were the ones from when Kip jumped off the balcony? The ones that were around during the big speech.
Roll me a perception check.
Okay. My hands are so sweaty. This is really gross. Perception. I don't know.
So
All these
For
humans
both of-
look alike.
for both of you, no, they don't look like anyone you recognize.
Oh, fuck.
That's not gonna help us.
But at least Dolma, you're really confident they don't look like anyone you recognize.
Guy squints just like, oh, you're the same.
We were given an assignment by Kip, and we would like to speak with him in regards to that assignment he gave us. Is he by chance available?
Kip, you mean Lady Celine's bodyguard?
Yes,
That's correct.
we are friends, and this is his brother. And she'll point over to Arthur.
You can see the
Kind of
resemblance,
way.
can't you?
Kai, roll me a persuasion check with advantage as you're being aided.
Guys.
What?
Squee,
Yes,
I have well connected.
I know.
Can I use that to get the location of a persons of interest, say Kip?
Yes, you can. So what we'll do is I'll have you roleplay that, of course, but just a second.
Yeah,
So
sure.
so as you say that, the guard goes, "Huh. I did hear Kip talking about a brother, though I didn't expect him to be a monk. You're looking at you like swaddled in blankets. You look like you're wearing like priest robes almost.
Poor baby.
And Ty, how would you go about this?
I didn't think that far ahead. I just remembered I had well connected.
Yeah, so like I won't make you roll for it, but let's at least
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, you know what? Let's let this go through because it says if
Okay.
you spend at least 1 hour like going through a populated area, you will find one of the following. So if this doesn't work, then Ty can just we can argue that Ty walked around and found a way in.
Well,
Oh,
not
God.
found a way in.
It would have to
found
be
the
information
location.
shit.
Yeah. Which I'll even say, how are you going to do that at 3 a.m. when everyone's... Because the idea is that you spend an hour
kitchen.
talking to people.
Kitchen.
Kitchen? What?
Because
We would have to get into the castle to get to the
there's
kitchen.
usually well, sneak to the Ty can sneak into the back and be like and go into the kitchen. There's usually at least some kind of servant in it's a fucking palace. Nobles suck. They're gonna be wanting food at all times, and
Absolutely. All you have to do is sneak into the palace.
That should be
Yeah.
easy.
I'd like to argue for Lady Celine being not that shitty.
I mean, there's other nobles in this place. We met the
Sheen.
opera guy.
I mean,
Oh.
it's definitely...
Sheen.
It's oh my god, she. Yes, I was going to say it's definitely possible. So let's let this play out first. And then... and the guard will go, well... Kip must be sleeping by now, late as it is. Whatever business you have. I mean, look, you can't just go up to the palace and talk to people. That's not how it works. There's
Dulma-
rules and regulations.
Dulma steps forward and at this point she kind of like closes her eyes for a moment, takes a breath, and then looks him dead in the eyes and goes, "People are going missing. We need to talk to him now."
If people are going missing, you should be talking to the captain of the guard, not Lady Celine's bodyguard.
He gave
Hey.
us a mission specifically to look into this. Kai will kind of look over at Dulma like, play along, and and she'll look back. It's imperative we meet with him. I'm sure he won't be upset if we wake him up at this hour. He seems like a noble sort.
Arthur's gonna say in Elven really quick, stopping the Draconic, and say he might actually be a bit of a butt.
The guard looks back and forth. What did he just say?
He said something about a hiney. Like, Kai is like, exactly. Okay, he might be a bit of a hiney. I don't know. But listen. These are strange times. And I'm afraid of what could happen if we do not meet with him. This is imperative, please.
If it's imperative, go speak to the captain of the guard. Roll me a persuasion check.
Who? Because I'll
Well-
do it if you want me
Well,
to.
Kai is the only one that's been talking for the most part, so I don't have her do it.
Dulma,
But
I mean,
yes.
Doma's been aiding.
yeah,
Well,
and
she-
I was
Well,
there was-
go ahead.
I was about to say she's literally about to tell them that her brother is missing.
Okay. So in the future, so here's the thing: if you guys want to aid in a persuasion check, we need to actually, because right now that whole time it was just Kai talking. So until I told her to roll, so we need to make sure that before I say the roll, say, hey, wait, I want to add something too, which is perfectly fine. And this time I'll let it happen because we got to establish these things. So what were you going to do, Dolma?
She literally just tells him, "My brother is one of the people missing. Please."
All right. Dolma, go ahead and roll persuasion with advantage. And I think in the future it'll be easier if you guys decide who should be speaking first, because I will go with whoever did the speaking. Does that make sense?
Sorry, I'm so used to just like running my mouth off. You guys
Oh.
feel free to tell me to shut up.
I don't mind at all. Okay. He kind of like pushes his helmet back and he goes, Fine. Wait here. And then he walks off. I'm getting demoted for this.
Or promote it.
And about 20 minutes go by in the cold, cold night.
Dolma's pacing the whole time.
Kai would be rubbing her hands together and then placing them on Arthur's cheeks, on his face, just so we're clear.
Aw.
Just warming, trying to keep him warm during the night.
That's sweet.
She's nice. She's healthy.
Can Ty, just in, cause I was, the role, but Ty doesn't know that, so can Ty just, circle the palace from a distance sneaking just to see points of entry and such?
You'd have to roll a sneak check first to get
Yep.
away from the guards that are standing around you.
Yeah.
Because the rest of the patrol's still there. Just that one guy walked off. So go ahead and roll me a sneak. You start to try and slip off, and one of the guards goes, "Hey, where are you going?"
P.
Uh-huh. Well, find a place to pee down there. And he points back down the ramp, not up here in the plateau.
Oh, okay, that ramp. I was like, what ramp?
He doesn't want you peeing in the palace gardens.
I mean, fair.
I mean, yeah. She shrugs and stays.
About 20 minutes go by, and the guard comes back with someone at his side. A drow with white hair,
Ow.
Oh,
wearing
gosh darn it.
a white dress.
We all turn around and walk away.
And the guard says, "I'm sorry, Kip and Lady Celine have left to go somewhere. But as I was looking for him, he ran into me."
Oh, that's most unfortunate. Well, sorry to waste your time. We have another person we can talk to. Bye! And the guy will turn around.
A moment. You said you had very important business, that people were going missing, that you had to
Yes.
speak to someone urgently. Well, here I am.
Yes, no, okay, so here's the thing. We asked for Kip, and unfortunately you are not Kip. Or are you? Kip, you
I'm-
look so different.
Her eyes narrow. Well then, whatever business you had must not have been very important. I would
Or we
request
just
that
don't.
you leave the palace grounds now. Captain, please make sure they get home safe. And the captain kind of looks back and forth.
Dolma starts walking towards the Mage Academy.
Excuse me.
Yes.
I said get off the palace grounds now. If you have trouble with that, I'm sure the captain can help you.
Kai's gonna book it.
Book it
she's,
where?
Where?
she's going to run towards the Mage Academy. But she's gonna
Oh,
duck
boy.
behind a building if she can.
Okay.
Oh,
I need everyone to roll initiative, please.
oh, for fuck's sake.
Actually, sure. Not important.
You could have just
Well-
gone home.
This isn't a kind of thing you go home to.
No, Dolma is absolutely.
I wasn't planning on going home, but I wasn't planning on going to the Mage Academy.
I was planning on us being escorted by the guard and then along the way, trying to lose him, not while there's patrols right there.
Yeah, pretty much that.
Well, whoops.
Well?
See, this is when I remember how I said that that I just kind of talk without really thinking. This is one of those situations. I apologize, guys, but
we
here we
can't
go.
reach your mind, so.
No, it's definitely this one's on me. I take the hit. My apologies.
I think all of us are taking a hit right now.
Yeah, I do
Ori?
believe so.
I may or may not have accidentally changed your hit points.
Excusez-moi?
I may or may not have accidentally changed your hit points, unless you had 18 hit points.
No, definitely
Ori
not.
has more HP than I do.
Yeah, do you remember what your hit points were?
It was hold
36 or something.
It was like 26 because Kai was
26?
27. Yeah.
That's right. Thank you.
I thought you had more HP than me.
No.
I thought somebody had more HP than me.
Okay.
Mhm.
So, Kai, give me a second here. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. And okay. All right. Kai,
Mm-hmm.
you start since you're moving first. I know you're lower in the initiative order, but since you move first, the really important thing is did the guards roll a better initiative than you? You start to dash off, and one of the guards jumps at you and attempts to grapple you. Please roll a strength.
Okay.
For you, a strength or acrobatics, your choice. Athletics
Now,
or acrobatics. I mean.
what does instantaneous mean?
What do you mean by instantaneous?
I have a spell that's instantaneous.
It means it takes effect right away.
Correct, but it should still have a duration to cast, which would be one action usually. Or bonus action.
It says instantaneous.
No, that is. What's the spell?
Oh, one bonus action. Oh, I don't have that.
Yeah.
Never mind.
So roll me an athletics or acrobatics, your choice.
Okay. Well.
Give me a second here. And he. Oops. Only that first
Whoa.
one. 9. Okay. Only the first one. So he goes to grab you, and you wiggle out and dash off, and you hear, "Stop! Stop now in the name of Lady Selene!" And all the guards start drawing weapons. We're going to go into the turn order now. Orit, you're first. There are about 7 guards here, and Sheem.
I have no clue what this scene looks like. What is between him and is anyone coming after him? Are they all just going after Kai?
I was gonna say, has
Well,
anyone
so-
else done anything threatening? Because Kai's really the only one who's booked it.
Kai is the only one that's booked it. So here's what I could do. I could set up a little map for you guys. You'd need to give me about 5 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know what to do. 'Cause
Personally, I don't see the point for me because I'm just gonna have Arthur raise his hands, drop the blankets, and just stand there.
So here's a good point. Is anyone going to resist?
That's the thing. I don't know what is between him and Kai, where Kai's going.
No, you were standing right next to Kai, so I would say that no one is in between you and Kai at the moment. The guards didn't have you surrounded; they were just kind of to the side of you. So you and Kai can make. Well, no, right now at the moment there would be a guard in between you two because one of them did try to grab Kai and failed. So in between you and Kai is a guard that just tried to grab her.
Oh man. Okay.
You can be a good boy. You don't have to do this.
I know I don't have to, but at the same time, I'm thinking that there might be something I could do to trip up the guards. That way Kai can make a break for it. Can I just delay my turn? It's gonna take me a bit. Just you don't have to wait on me.
Sure, absolutely. So you'll delay your turn a bit. Dolma, what about you?
Cool. She knows exactly what she's going to do. She's going to use minor illusion to essentially scream, "Enough!" And once she believes she has their attention, she is going to say, "My brother is either missing or dead, and I'm going to get to the bottom of this tonight."
Kai, does that make you stop at all?
No, it doesn't.
Okay, that's fine. All right, you say that, and you kind of get a lot of people's attention. However, you hear, chanting very quickly, Sheem chants some arcane words. And give me a second here. Kai,
Mm-hmm.
I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh God, I'm so tired of making wisdom saving throws
I
because they always go
know.
bad.
I know. You find yourself unable to move as a hold person spell grasps you firmly.
Son of a... She is such a buzzkill.
You just like stop in mid motion and guards start surrounding you, and Sheem looks straight at Dolma and says, "Then act like a normal civilized person and come talk to the guards in the middle of the day, not at 3 in the morning. Now, one final time before I have you all thrown in the dungeon, leave the palace grounds." Am I clear?
So what? We're going to just leave people to go disappearing into the night?
There are many individuals you can speak to about this matter. And if you had behaved like civilized people, you could have talked to me. You didn't want to. So leave the palace grounds.
You're a dumb bitch. You're gonna end up in jail like your parents. Okay.
Ty is gonna grab Dolma's arm and be like,
Oh, okay.
Actually. Oh. No, never mind.
Yeah, no, as soon as Ty grabs her arm, Dolma opens her mouth and then closes it. And then...
By
And
the way,
Ty, you
we're-
can...
I was going to say, by the way, everyone, we're suspending turn order for the moment.
Okay. But yeah, Ty can feel her shaking. And
Dolma could probably feel Ty shaking because Ty doesn't want to go to jail again.
yeah, Dolma... Oh, God, honey. She fucking drops to her knees and puts her hands on the ground. And with tears just pouring down her face, she just croaks out, "Please. I have to find him."
Roll me a persuasion check with advantage.
Cool.
Okay. Sheem looks at you, and her stern visage softens a little bit. Fine. Guards, bring them into the atrium of the palace. I will speak with them. If that has suddenly become acceptable.
I think I would rather go to the dungeon.
Hang on a second.
We have a room right here.
Kai, you're currently paralyzed. You can't speak.
Oh, okay. Then she thinks it.
Jesus Christ.
And Sheem will actually like squat down next to Dolma. This truly bothers you. And you're trying very hard. So if you need help, talk to me. Yes, Ty.
Ty will say, not all of us need to go in. Some of us can go back to the inn and go to sleep. And she's making a very pointed look at Ashu and Ari, which she hopes they will understand.
She nods.
Insight.
That is acceptable.
Actually, can they roll insight, or?
I mean, I feel like we wouldn't need to roll insight. We just
Yeah,
need to be in on it.
Yeah, I think that's up to the players whether or not they got that or not. And Sheem just kind of gives a sigh. One last time. If your brother is missing, if this is truly this important to you, then speak to me, and I will do what I can to help. Or if you find me that insulting for whatever reason, then go home and figure this out on your own. I cannot make an offer more generous than that.
Dolma kind of shakes her head. No, that's... Please.
She nods.
Yeah.
Then come, let us talk.
And
Guards, bring the child over there, please. You can lift her up quite easily.
Wait, that was to Kai?
Uh-huh. Kai.
Oh.
Say anything.
Kai.
Yeah.
You are hoisted up by 2 guards. Make another wisdom saving throw as you get a chance to break from this every once in a while.
Oops, that's just a wisdom check. Nope, I'm still in it. I'm in it to win it. This is what I get for being an asshole. I get it. This is just karma. It's
see
fine.
Kai being picked up in like mid-step and being carried by the guards. Who wants to go with Kai and Dolma and Sheen?
Oh, I don't want to go.
oh no.
I know, Kai, but you don't have much of a say at the moment.
Honestly, I have no idea. Arthur is so tired. It's so cold.
Yes.
And nobody told him he can put his blankets back on yet.
I don't think
You
he
have
needs
been
to be told.
You have been told you can go back to the inn and go back to sleep.
Oh. I guess he's gonna do that then.
Okay. Arthur will put on the blankets and start heading back. What about, let's just do this one time. Shu, where are you going?
As the shoe watches all of those in silence, her eyes closing at the shenanigans that everyone is pulling.
You know what? She's gonna go back with Arthur.
Okay. Ty, you're going with Dolma, I assume?
Oh yeah.
Ori, what about you?
Tyburn looked at Orit to, like, go back to the inn, right?
Well, she was saying that, yes.
No, he'll go with Kai.
Probably for the best.
Okay. So Arthur and Ashu head back to the inn. Ty, Dolma, Orit, and a paralyzed Kai
Yo!
make your way into the palace gardens, and you're led through a side entrance into a little antechamber where there's a fireplace. And she motions for you all to sit. And Kai, suddenly you can move again as Sheem drops the spell, and she goes, "You can let go of her. Guards, I assume that she will not be needed to be restrained, correct?"
Dolma gives her a look like, please.
If it will make Dolma happy, I will appease.
She nods. Then please, all of you, have a seat. And she'll ring a bell. And after a few seconds, a servant comes by and she says, "Hot drinks, I think, for everyone. Thank you."
Do you
And then-
need help?
I regret not
She's
going.
just looking at the servant.
Arthur.
The servant bows and shakes his head, not even looking at you, but just shakes his head and walks away very quickly.
So Sheem is that asshole that gets the servant up at 3 in the morning.
I mean, to be fair, we're also the ones that are.
Listen, she don't have to wake him up. He can sleep.
We don't eat drinks.
Yeah, we don't really need drinks.
Sorry,
That is-
that's Criana's commentary. That's all she'll do for now.
So
Peace.
the guards leave the room, and one of them starts to stay at the door, and Sheem shakes her head. These are not enemies of the state, Captain. I'm quite safe, I assure you. And the captain nods and then leaves the room. And Sheem will sit down in a chair kind of opposite you guys and say, So, you don't like me. I get that. My attitude is a bit abrasive sometimes, and perhaps I got off on the wrong foot. Quite honestly, I don't care, and neither should you. I can help. If you would, tell me what is wrong. What is happening that made you seek Kip so late at night?
Oh boy. So Zulma's quiet for a moment, and as she's sitting down, she's fussing with this weird turquoise stone with a hole through the middle that's just kind of wrapped up in a leather cord around her neck. And she takes a few steadying breaths, and eventually she says, I suppose the most information, or the more information, the better. But for whatever reason, it seems that I have forgotten that I had a twin brother as of yesterday. And I don't know why this is, or how, but he is missing, and so is the father of one of our acquaintances. I know that he exists because his things are in our room, and because I have entries about him in my journal. And that is the only reason.
Perhaps someone cast Modify Memory on you?
She shakes her head. No, it's not like that. And she leans forward and rests her elbows on her knees and her head and her hands. It's like the moment we try and think about them, everything starts slipping through your fingers like fog. We were having active conversations about these people, and the moment someone says anything about them, a second later, it's as if they've forgotten what they were saying.
She nods. So your brother, Fulma, the one that was here when we talked, you have no memory of him?
She shakes her head.
Odd. None of you? She looks to the others.
Again, she shakes her head and then pauses.
I can assure you he is real. He sat right next to you when we spoke.
What? You remember him?
Yes, quite well. He had very piercing eyes.
Yeah.
She seems to be telling the truth. Well,
Okay,
it is possible that a wizard somehow cast Modify Memory on all of you, though very unlikely. And you say that these memories slip even as you speak of them.
She nods, and can she still remember what the what the illusion looked like, the minor illusion that she made.
Roll me a wisdom save.
Full page, just this.
Yes, you can. And the memory is not slipping.
Oh.
As you focus on it, you don't. You just focus on it. You're like, oh yeah, no, that's who that looks like.
Yeah. So she recreates the minor illusion of, what was his name? Avery? Or
Avery, yeah.
okay, yeah. And goes, this man, this Ganassi, he is missing. He I think he works at the smithing shop as well. I don't know what's happening, but my mother remembers as well.
Where's your mother?
She purses her lips a little bit and then sighs. In jail.
Here.
You have a very big jail.
Yes.
Why did I do
Yes.
Kai's voice?
I do not know.
She nods to herself. If you don't mind me asking, whereabouts in town are you staying?
And Dilma takes a breath and dismisses the illusion. We are over at the Mundane Inn.
I'm not familiar with it. Is that on the other side of town, across the bridges?
She nods. Steam and Steel is fairly close by.
Ah, so near the shops. She kind of taps her finger on her chin. Interesting. Tell me, have you been hearing music?
More
Dilma.
the absence.
Yeah, Dilma nods. Not music per se, which, believe me, has been driving me insane. It's like a song stops that I didn't realize was playing. And the silence is just yawning.
I see. This is interesting.
Do you know what this is?
Possibly. But you're not going to like it.
I don't care. I need to find my brother.
If this is what I think it is, I'm afraid, dear, that your brother is dead. But I am not sure. I will simply tell you what I know. I have traveled the world, and I have seen many things, and I have heard many stories. This, what you speak of, is a story that I have heard only in the deepest of myths. There is something called a false hydra. It is a small creature at first. It tends to burrow its way into a cellar, perhaps, or a basement. And there, its little head pokes out through the dirt, and it begins to sing a song that no one can hear, but all within range, all within its power, are affected by it. According to legend, this song allows it to slip between your memories, to hide between your thoughts. Like invisibility, but stronger, it could stand right in front of you, it could look right into your eyes, and you would never see it. The only time it stops singing is when it feeds. It stretches its long necks and its face, and it finds a target, and it feeds. And when it feeds upon someone, it learns them. It understands its prey. And then it begins to sing again, and all those that fall under this song begin to forget its victim. Forget they ever lived. Forget they ever existed. But someone who is very important to you cannot be erased completely. Your conscious mind will forget, but your subconscious, your inner deepest thoughts, they will cry out for help. And so this thing can feed and feed without anyone ever realizing that it is there, because every time it kills, everyone forgets that the person killed ever lived. It is a very dangerous creature. And if it is, which I think it is, then I'm afraid that your brother was one of its victims. That is why you do not remember. That is why his thoughts slip from your mind, because the song, always the song. Legend says the only way to see it while under its control, under its song, is through a mirror. Of course, it is just a legend, and there may be other ways.
How do I kill it?
The same way you kill anything, I suspect. With violence. But finding it, that will be the problem. You need to find a way to remember what you've forgotten, Dolma. You need to find out what happened to your brother. I suspect that will tell you where to go.
Hang on, hold up, wait a minute. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, so, alright, I think I'm starting to formulate a plan, but I don't know how I'm gonna execute it, because bullshit magic song.
Remember the 5th of November.
Oh, god damn it.
Sheem folds her hands together. If this is what I think it is, its song has a limited range. Probably why I can remember when you can't. Which would make it dangerous for me to go with you. If I fall within the song's range, I'm quite sure I'll forget your brother as well. It also makes it difficult for me to send the guards. After all, they could be standing right next to it and they would never see it.
Unless we have mirrors.
Perhaps. She nods.
There has to be some other way to see this. Some kind of magic to reveal where it is, what it...
She shrugs. You have to find a way to counteract the song.
Wait,
Yes.
can I try remembering the mirror?
Unfortunately, that memory is
That's
from
just
your mind.
dead?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There are some methods, but not like that.
Okay.
Dolma,
What?
I was standing by the mirror. When I suddenly was standing, I was between the mirror and the window. Maybe. Who knows?
Tolma pauses and then glances down at the fresh bandage on Ty's arm.
Sorry, Squee, I'm also going off of the blood was by the mirror, so she would at least remember that part.
Yes, absolutely. No. I think that's very fair.
God damn it. If only I had counter. But it's fine. God, I don't even know if that would fucking work. Whatever. So
As far as I can tell, charms are charisma based. Whatever this is wisdom based.
Mm-hmm.
oh fuck, you're right.
May I make one final suggestion to you, Dolma? When memories have been altered or lost, say, through modify memory, which is what I'm most familiar with, there is one way to get them back. You must find someone who's capable of casting a greater restoration spell on you. And I would suggest that you do so outside of the range of this whatever it is, this false hydra, lest you forget the memories again.
And how the hell do we know what the range is?
She shrugs. I'm not sure. But it doesn't exceed this far.
Doesn't
So-
exceed past the inn and the store.
Well, if you want to be safe, find someone who can cast the spell and bring them here. Or somewhere around here. And she stands up. I'm truly sorry, but I'm not sure I can be more help than that. Hopefully this will aid you.
Hey, this is not really like meta knowledge or anything, but can I ask the players to ask a question?
Yeah, by all means. As long as it's something the players could conceivably think of, I'm fine with it.
Just ask, like, some sort of thing like, how did he get here, or where does this thing come from?
I think where does it come from would be the safer question.
Yeah.
I don't cause I don't want to bring up Elf Lady appearing at the end to her. Ori, you haven't done much talking. Do you want to ask?
I was
good?
letting. There was like a. This is a big emotional thing, so
Because you're also slightly separated. Do you think you would be the character that would ask, where is this from?
Does he want to talk with Sheem?
If no, that's fine.
I mean, does it look like Sheem's gonna walk out?
She has stood up, but she's not. She's like getting ready to go, but she's not like in a rush or anything.
No, she has servants to wake up.
Oh, by the way, I mentioned also a servant came back with hot tea for all of you.
Dolma has not touched hers.
No.
I understand.
Yeah, it may
Kai.
be rude, but not
Kai's-
gonna touch it.
Kai's actually drinking it because she feels bad that the servant had to
Aww.
do all the work, so she'll drink it
It's-
in their honor.
It's very flavorful. It's a hint of cinnamon in it.
Oh, nice.
There's a poison in it.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, like, Kai's like, if this is poison, worst comes to worst, Sheem just looks like an asshole, so, you know, it's a win-win for Kai.
Luckily, it is not poisoned. Does anyone want to ask that question?
Ori, if you don't want to, I'll do it.
Yeah, you
I'll,
do it.
I'll do it. I'll do
Oh.
it.
Oh, okay.
I was just people were talking. He will not. He hasn't really been looking at anyone at this current point because it is like what 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He has not slept at all yet. He is very tired, so he's trying to focus on this conversation and doing a rather poor job. But he mumbles something along the lines of, Where does a false hydra come from?"
Sheem will look at Orit. It is an abomination. It comes from the plane of the abyss. How it could get here, I do not know. It would had to have been summoned or somehow gotten through a rift or a portal, though I don't know of any around here.
And how does it choose?
How does it choose?
Sorry, there was Elora talking.
Yeah.
How does it choose its victims?
It's a beast. It hunts. Legends say it can study its victims before it eats them, watch them through windows and the like. But as far as who it chooses, she shrugs. I cannot say. Seek the help of the town guard if you can, if they believe you. But my advice to you is, as I said before, regain your memories, trace whatever they lead you to, and kill whatever you find.
I think we are done here for the night. Unless anyone else has anything to say.
Dawn was quiet for a little bit, but then shakes her head, and she stands up and goes over to Sheem and says, "Thank you."
She nods. I am not your enemy, Doma. However thorny I may appear, I hope you find what happened to your brother.
Believe me, I plan to be the one that kills it. She's going to about face and start heading out the room.
Ty's gonna kind of rush out because she also realized we just sent a Shu and Arthur right back to where the beast is.
Mm-hmm.
So once out of the palace, Tyburn's gonna run after them to try to stop them.
Ori, Kai.
Well, I think most of the time, I don't know how Kai has been taking all of this. I know that Kai does not like Sheem.
Oh yeah, it's pretty obvious she's glaring daggers at Sheem.
Yeah.
But she hasn't interrupted until now when I interrupted you.
That's fine. I think most of the time to try like, I don't know, be somewhat comforting, he would try to like mostly hold Kai's hand throughout the whole thing.
She'd accept that. That's sweet.
And then as people are getting up, he would start to get up and walk out.
She would follow after then if his hand is still holding hers.
As you're walking out, you hear Sheem say, Kaitana, that is your name, is it not?
Yeah.
I know what you are to our people. I do hope you start acting like one.
And she says nothing as she walks out.
And the door closes behind you. A shoe. Go ahead.
When like there's no guards around, he just says in undercommon, like very softly, very far away, very, very far away from the palace. Kind of a bitch.
Kai at that gives probably the warmest smile she's had all night to Ori, and then gives out a laugh, and then she'll hook her elbow around his and walk with him.
Running. By the way, Ashu and Arthur, you got back to the inn with no problems. Yeah, I mean, they had plenty of time to walk home while you guys were having that conversation.
Running.
We'll end the session, but what we'll say is you all make it back to the inn.
Okay, if that's the case, Ty is literally telling everyone else, she can be like, we're not going back to the inn. Not tonight. We need to find somewhere else.
Okay. Well, how about this? We'll start next session with that.
Okay.
Sounds like a good plan.
Give everyone a week or so to absorb what has been learned.
I don't know if it would be metagaming or not, but well, actually, I don't entirely think it would be metagaming because this is what he originally intended when they were turned away. I don't think Arthur would have gotten back to the inn.
Okay. Where do you think he would have gone?
Emerald Enclave.
You know it!
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's what you wanted to do before. That makes
is
sense,
true.
actually.
All right, so we'll start next session with Ashu and Arthur heading towards the Emerald Enclave, with the rest of you having left the palace.
You would want to go there too, right, Piff?
Oh yeah, no. Like, if you're like jeering off into a direction, she was actually following Arthur specifically because she knows the buddy system. Never go alone.
Yeah.
God, our
Same.
game is full of the buddy system.
It saves Spirit's life.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah,
oh no, we
right.
would have forgot Spirit.
You would have without Tally, you would have completely forgotten about Spirit.
Yeah.
I think I'm more sad about the fact that Daddy Waterman is probably dead.
Yeah,
That's what I'm sad about. He
sure.
seemed like a good guy.
Not that Fulma guy. That's fine.
Fulma's kind of hot. Just gonna throw that one out there.
Hi, you can't romance everyone.
Listen, it's not looking good with me and Kip after tonight.
I can't know.
Look out, I'm throwing a corpse.
Running from the cops.
You don't know
man.
what Kip's into.
All right, so
Hashtag
we're gonna
fuck the police. Almost literally.
we're gonna end the stream here, folks. And next week we'll pick up as they try and figure out more of this false hydra, if that is what this is.
Yeah.
Next week. Yeah.
This is kind of
Bye-bye.
fucked up. Bye.
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 Bye.